Okay, let's do this. Welcome to my random clicks and my random talking points. I have things I want to address. There's many videos I have lined up here that I have delayed watching. We've got Ironheart Gaming's new video. We've got Eternal Life Fan's new video. We have Jordan Peterson talking about his belief in God. We've got a fight compilation that I want to see. It's been recommended to me. We've got a letter from a fan asking for help. What else we got? The Young Turks are always there, but I mean, honestly, it's just a sea of just amateur rubbish. And there isn't a 10-second period in any one of their videos that isn't worthy of criticism. It is like nails on a chalkboard at this point. So my VidMe account looks like, oh, it's still uploading. Beautiful. Keeping that up to date, and that's growing nicely, and people sending me tips, which is very sweet of them. I like that. What? Video is no longer available because YouTube associated with this video has been terminated. What the fuck? What video was that? That's alarming. How could I tell what video that was? Let me see. Nope. Well, oh well. I'm watching something about chess.
What do you think?
Hypocrite talking about chess and women. Let me check that out. Ironheart Gaming. Women suck.
Chess players and compiled some useful and visually easy to understand statistics for us. Now,
okay, where are they getting these stats from? I'm not sure, but average rating of all players is 1700. Is that right? Male players 1720. Average rating of female players 1514. That is fascinating, especially considering the fact that women who play chess are already selected for it. I mean, they're women who are interested in chess. So you'd think that it wouldn't... This is not a random sampling. This is like of chess players. Very unnerving, really. It's an uncomfortable stat. Number of grandmasters, 1250. Number of IMs. What is that? International master? Fuck. How many masters? I don't know what all those acronyms are. I mean, because there's many more male players, I would imagine. Of the females that do play, I don't know why their scores would be lower.
What I want to draw your attention to is this point right here, average rating of male players, 1720, and this point right here, average rating of female players, 1514. That is what statisticians would call a standard deviation, meaning that statistically a female player is likely to be in the bottom 16% of chess players in the world. Now, if you haven't figured out, this is going to be a response to a recent video by Sean and Jen. If you haven't seen that video, you can find the link in the description. If you have, and you're not really interested...
Sean and Jen, it sounds like a couple of feminists, so I'm not sure
in the nitty
what their point could be.
Gritty. I honestly believe that what I have just pointed out to you is enough for us to all consider this case closed. This is a open and shut argument. However, if you'd like to get into the nitty gritty, I will do that. But before I do, I want to start off with a somewhat inspirational and uplifting message to my audience. Guys, if you're ever feeling down, if you're ever feeling low or even worthless, or even just a mild case of low self-esteem, I want you to remember that there are people in the world who go through life thinking that this disparity right here can be explained away by the fact that women don't get enough encouragement.
Is this a guy talking about current events with a transparent PNG of an avatar on top of women doing fitness, attractive women? Huh. That's a good idea.
And as if that's not bad enough, acknowledging this disparity is in and of itself a form of discouragement, meaning that if you do so, by which again I mean acknowledge the disparity as I have just done, then you are not only a sexist bigot who hates women and takes great pleasure in their shortcomings, but you are also directly responsible for those shortcomings. How's that for circular logic? And if reminding you that you are surrounded with gigantic imbeciles doesn't make you feel better about yourself,
Jesus Christ.
I don't know what will.
Inflammatory language. As he's sexually objectifying women, he's saying that they have no brain power.
I was away over the weekend. I went to Vancouver to hear Jordan Peterson and Theron Meyer give a talk at UBC, which was a lovely time, by the way. And so Sunday evening, I was taking the ferry back to the island and dicking around on my phone, as you do. And I saw that Sean and Jen had put out this video. Now, the subject of women in chess is something I have already looked at fairly extensively, which is why I decided to tweet out a prediction about what his talking points were going to be in the video, and you can see that tweet displayed here. So I'll go through why I predicted, and for the most part accurately, that these would be the talking points, starting with number 1, not enough women play chess. If you start digging into this issue with Google, sooner or later you're going to end up at an article talking about this study that was published in 2009 in the Royal Society. Why are the best women so good at chess? Participation rates and gender differences in intellectual domains. This study showed that because women are so underrepresented in the game of chess, in other words, because there are so many more male players than female players, that the statistical sampling size...
Today's video is going to be about chess. Okay, so for the 5 of you who are still here, welcome. Let's get on with it. So, chess. Chess is a strategy game.
No, he doesn't cut out his little pops and licks.
One of the oldest games in existence. Historians have determined that the first game of
U.S. Men's Chess Championship is currently underway with Grandmaster
of this particular news story about Grandmaster Wesley So having into a draw to
Asian woman doesn't count.
Maintain her lead at the Grenka Chess Classic. Now, the Star Tribune article that Black Pigeon Speaks took the headline play competitor.
So this is a reaction to Black Pigeon from a feminist saying that it's not true, math and science aren't real, numbers aren't numbers. And then this is a reaction to reaction to reaction. Okay.
Of women is just such that we don't get enough of those outliers. We don't get enough of those prodigies, and that's why there are not very many female grandmasters. And so I assumed that Sean and Jen would bring this up. However, this is the skill between men and women. It's not even remotely close to enough.
He has musical interludes in the middle.
And so the second point, it hardly means that you're going to just destroy your position, and the science
of the feminine psyche.
Really dishonest here.
As from a very
woman and train her from a young age, she'll grow up to be the next Judith Polgar. It's awful convenient. At Nemesis at the... I wanted to show you this graph right here, which plots the average difference in skill between male and female players over the span of 50 years. You can see it hovers almost a straight line right around the 250 point mark. So in other appear to be...
They're all weak, all women. They're stupid compared to men. They shouldn't play chess, you know, they're like beginners. They lose every single game against a man. There isn't even a woman player in the world I can give knight odds to and still beat. Wow, Bobby Fischer. Well, I don't think he's the best spokesperson for anything because he was kind of insane, but he knew chess. Yeah, it is weird. I don't know. I mean, it's just like the IQ tests with in between races. What's the difference between male and female IQ? I think men have different types of minds too. Isn't there something to be said for the fact that you'll get more geniuses within certain groups, but averages, it doesn't reflect upon the average. So the fact that the top of the top are men is not that surprising. And it must be accounted for that women just don't play chess as much. So therefore, there's just going to be fewer, there's no culture for it. They just don't want to do it. But I don't understand that, really. Is it a competition thing? Is it a strategy thing? I mean, it is by its own very nature a competitive act. So it's not arts and crafts. It's not a social thing where, I don't know, and yet they gossip and stuff. They're not against antagonizing people. Well, I'm speaking in great generalities, but I'm sure the thing is, who cares? I mean, who cares about why women don't play chess as much or aren't as good? It is what it is. I mean, you can take offense to it. You can gloat over it. It's not exactly a win for anybody. But somewhat interesting. Now, ISIS, let's go Ironheart.
Just had to pick it up.
Okay, what is he talking about? Ironheart Gaming.
Hey guys, it's Ironheart here of the Iron Gaming Channel, and I probably look ridiculous. I shaved my head, I cleaned up my beard a little bit.
Well, more ridiculous. But Ironheart's he's decided to speed up his playback because he knows that more than half of his audience are my fans who hate watch him. So this is his attempt to continue with his YouTube channel, get attention, but win because he's sped up his voice. I don't know.
So yeah, I mean, sorry for the weird low-cut shirt, Guns N' Roses all the way.
What the fuck is that, a tarp?
Funny story, I actually really don't even listen to Guns N' Roses that much. It's actually...
people that say funny story before they go into a story, they doom the story. There's no chance I laugh at this, but...
My dad used to wear this shirt when I was a kid, so when I saw...
Okay, wait a minute, that might make me chuckle. That's a hand-me-down shirt from your fat-ass dad. No, not even that.
A recreation of the shirt, like I guess you could say a reprint, like if you're talking about trading cards or whatever. I just had to pick it up. It was such like a crazy childhood memory of mine because he used to wear his shirt all the time.
God Christ, is that sad. My dad wore a sloppy V-neck, huge, extra large Guns N' Roses shirt, and that is something that I long to remember, and I need it as a memento in my life.
Me and my dad haven't me and my dad haven't always been on the best of
terms. Yeah. Well, you did have that encounter the other day where chess is tough to stay with when one sucks. Correct. Chess is very difficult. You will laugh at these things because he doesn't want... Yeah, well, I laugh at him for many reasons, but... Let's see.
Sides as far as family goes, but for the most part, we get along. So there's that. But the reason I'm making this video, and I really wasn't sure if I was ever going to make this video. Like, it's always been on the back of my mind for, like, the last couple of years.
Oh, God. So he's waited for his fan base to blow up to over 150 before he uncorked this story upon us.
And it's kind of driven me a little mad. Like, I've always wanted to talk about it.
Watch, it's going to be all set up. There's going to be nothing to the story. It's going to be all bullshit. Here we go.
But every time I talk about it, it's like, it's so crazy and hard to talk about that people think I'm just bullshitting.
Yes.
And I know it's going to sound like bullshit. There's going to be like 99% of you are going to be like, you're full of crap, it's a lie, whatever. Everything I'm about to say in this video, 100% happened. Keep that in mind. 100%, from my point of view, actually happened. From what I saw and what I heard.
Well, you just discredited the entire story from my point of view. I mean, first of all, were you intoxicated? Or just dumb? I mean, I'm never going to trust a guy who's talking to me like a chipmunk, first of all. But I will weigh the evidence, all right? So present it.
I don't know if I was lied on certain things or if I was being fucked with. Who knows? Maybe my cousin pulled the most elaborate prank in the entire world on me. I don't know that. So...
Did you say a land Brent?
So, the most elaborate prank in the entire.
Elaborate.
The most elaborate prank in the.
There's an N in there. You hear that N?
My cousin pulled the most elaborate prank in the.
Most elaborate prank.
Entire world on me. I don't know that.
Fuck.
So, whatever I'm about to say, definitely take with a grain of salt. I wholeheartedly understand if you don't believe me, but I am telling you from my heart, everything I'm about to tell you is legit.
Straight from my Guns N' Roses V-neck. This is the real story.
Okay.
Yep.
So,
Go.
just to give you guys some context, I do have some books. Well, I had some books, which I know is going to sound like a really shitty excuse, but I lent them out to David, which if you guys don't know, I had the ketchup bottle that said David, David drinks diet, which was a really stupid joke from some of his girlfriends said something about him drinking diet soda. I'm not going to tell you his last name or anything like that. I don't even really know his last name, and he hasn't really used social media anyway, so there you go. But either way, David has my books, and this is kind of a crazy long story, so... just to say...
Yeah, you guys are talking about his physique. Like, I mean, I'm into geometry. I'm into shapes. And when you see a guy's face that is that shape... Thank you, Photoshop. Anytime. Whenever you're ready. Jesus. All right. It's fascinating to me that it's almost an identical mirror image. It's like, surely this should be a warning. Like, you look in the mirror and you see that. So, I mean, just look. If you flip it, it's the same shape. Okay, let's sculpt him up a bit here. Let's go into our liquify, and let's just tighten up these jowls. Yeah. Oh, chiseled jawline. Hello. Yeah, there we go. This is how he actually should look. Like, this is, if he was raised in like a place where his father wasn't a Guns N' Roses fan, he'd be. Kill that double chin. Can't do much about the dome, but we can about that chipmunk style. Yeah. Now he's got some Pocahontas cheekbones. Hot. I might do this guy. Who are you? Are you bi? Oh. Well, it's hard to tell, but yeah, I mean, it looks like it's just a bloated peanut right there. It's a lost cause, but I tried it.
It does involve kind of a conspiracy theory kind of thing.
Get to the point.
So some of you are going to be like, oh, he's crazy. Put the tinfoil hat. You know, it'd be funny if I just, like, randomly had, like, a fucking tinfoil hat and, like, 1, 2,
Jump
3.
cut.
Because that would just be crazy, you know? I wouldn't wear...
God, the guy's a magician. This is the production value that... This is why I Patreon him. Tinfoil hat. So he's set up. He's 3 minutes of setup of just, what is this, foreplay? I mean, this story better be like he captured Bigfoot or something.
A tinfoil hat. I mean, what the hell? But the story I'm about to talk to you guys about, all jokes aside, is actually legit. Actually, I might keep this. It's kind of cool looking. Kind of looks like a mask, like a little nose. It's got like a flaccid kind of look to it on my head, so I don't really. I'm a dickhead. Oh, someone's gonna take that out of context and use it in a clip. I guarantee you. All right, so.
There's no out of context. You calling yourself a dickhead.
Funny enough, what ended up happening was I used to set up at flea markets with my cousin all the time. And this was a couple years back. I was camping out with my cousin, and we would set up. We spent the night at his flea market building. And the idea was, instead of having to set everything back out, we just leave it sitting out there throughout the night. At least the shit we didn't have to worry about somebody stealing, because that shit, like, you know, was worthless.
What were they selling at the flea market? And, yeah, you want to sleep over with me at the flea market? That doesn't sound like a good life.
Like plates, bowls, you know, random crap.
Yeah.
So for the most part, it made it easier for just setting everything up the next following day. So what basically ended up happening was I'm not one for conspiracy theories for the most part. I mean, I do believe in certain things our government has done and shit like that. Like the whole MK Ultra thing.
The cat just took a run for the border.
That they admitted was really fucked up. So I think if our government's willing to do that, they're willing to do some really fucked up shit. Now, I can't remember if it was Verizon specifically, but I'll get on to why I'm saying that in a second. My cousin had his phone that he had just bought. I believe it was a Galaxy phone. Can't remember the specific model. But it was like brand new. He just got it, and he was showing me videos about the Illuminati.
Oh.
And I'm thinking, oh, this is fucking bullshit. Dude's like crazy. Like, there's no fucking way. You know, let me just go ahead and kill that. Just kill that a little bit. Yes, well, you got to see so much of this.
So we're in a North Carolina obese flea market. Cousin told me a story about Illuminati story. That's what's happening.
You know. But,
with a self-admitted dickhead.
Basically, what transpired was he's showing me all this stuff about, you know, he showed me something about Obama looking like some weird Egyptian statue or something crazy like that. And I thought, you know, this is bullshit. There's no fucking way, you know? So, I'm not buying it. Mm-hmm. But then, you know, he's talking about making some points or whatever. I'm not gonna lie. We got a little baked. Just a wee little bit. So
this is the part where, from my perspective, it was all true. You're baked, so now you're not a credible witness.
So, basically, what transpired...
Oh, great. 5 minutes in. He's about to start the story.
...was he went ahead and was showing me all that stuff, and his phone turns off.
Oh, my fucking God. There's no explanation for that. Wow. Well, forget the tinfoil. You had me at phone turned off.
Keep in mind, this is a brand new phone. He just got it that week, I believe.
Exactly. Brand new phones do not turn off. So, case closed. I think we could chalk this one up to Poseidon, or just, I don't know, fill in whatever mythical solution you have.
And his phone shuts off and does not turn back on at all. So we're like, that's fucking weird. You're showing me the shit, and all of a sudden your phone turns off.
Jewish conspiracy.
And no matter what we tried, we plugged into the outlet, we plugged into the charger, you know, we ran it on a one of them.
Perhaps your fingers were too fat to hit the actual button.
Quick chargers. We took the battery out, put the battery back in, turned it off, turned it on, and I'm like, this is fucking weird. So I just blew it off as coincidence. Maybe there was something wrong with the phone that we didn't know about, you know, whatever.
How is it a coincidence if your phone shuts off? There has to be another event to make it a coincidence.
So we go to McDonald's, get some food, go back.
That's the best part of the story. We go to McDonald's, get some food, come back, waddle back. Oh my God. Look at that. Look how sad like this whole region is. Like, I see darkness in this. You see that? Is that a goatee or is that just the shadow of his fat? I don't know. But it looks like angry eyebrows. So this looks like there's some secret message in here from Satan. Not sure, but there's a mess down there. I mean, from lip down, it's awful. This region is equally terrible. I mean, if you just went on the eyeball, this is why a lot of fat chicks on Facebook will just have a picture of their eyeball.
Go to bed, and set up in the morning, and this woman shows up randomly.
What?
And we're like, what?
A woman shows up randomly at a flea market? You're in a public place.
What the fuck's going on? Like, she's not there buying anything. She's just, like, talking to us real weird. And she's asking us how to disable her low jack in her car. So we're kind of creeped out at that point, because if you don't know what a low jack is, it's like your tracker that's in your car. Like, a lot of newer cars have that, so if they get stolen, they can track the car and trace it or whatever. At least that's how it was described to me. I'm pretty sure that's what it is, but hey, I don't know a lot about automotive stuff, so... You know, sue
I'm going to go out on a limb and say you don't know a lot about anything.
me, whatever. Please, actually, don't sue me. Don't sue me. So, why are you looking at me like I'm crazy?
What? This whole setup of his doesn't look like a house. Do you see how this beam kind of bends? This looks like an igloo. Or just a shanty house. I mean, where is this guy?
My cat's just like, what the fuck are you doing?
No, your cat is like, why the fuck can't I just die? Every time I fall asleep, I never want to wake up.
So, we go ahead and we're like, what the fuck's going on? She's talking about the government is watching us through cameras everywhere. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why is this woman... Why did she...
Why is this weird? Your friend thinks there's the Illuminati. I mean...
randomly decide after all that happened last night to show up out of nowhere with Georgia plates on her car and start asking us how to disable a tracking device and what do we know about the government spying on us and like random crazy shit. Like, this is just weird at this point.
I like how North Carolina people pulling rank on Georgia people. You're all fucking idiotic.
So, just say now, if anything happens to me, I go missing. I just saying now.
Just so now. This is him being playful. Look at this is the humorous side of Ironheart Gaming. Here it is.
If anything happens to me, I go missing. I'll try not to not upload for a very long time, but... So...
Oh god, it made himself laugh? Wow.
That was weird.
Making people laugh is very difficult. Like, there's a reason why we think of comedians and place a great value on them. I mean, it's not easy to do.
The woman drives off, and my cousin explains to me, he's like, what the fuck was that about? And he's all creeped out. He's, like, really freaked out about it. And, I'm trying to think of how to say this. Did you just fucking sneeze on me? My cat just fucking sneezed cat fucking, you're a dick. You want to see the people, Salem? You want to see the people? Yeah. Ow.
Okay. I mean, you guys, YouTube is harder than it looks. Okay. You think it's easy. You start your little channel. All right. That was the most entertaining thing I've ever seen on this guy's channel. And that was his cat, unprovoked, sneezing on him. And then he grabs the cat. He's speaking in chipmunk voice. His camera blurs out. And he uploads this. Like, he's proud of what he has created. I mean, I don't blame the cat. The cat I would like to save. We need to send in the Navy SEALs.
The claws! The claws! That kid, he's just so cute, but he sneezed on Daddy. Yes, he did.
Daddy? No. Who calls themselves daddy to their cats? Shit, that's a red flag.
I'm sorry,
Can you imagine on Tinder, you're like, hey, I'm in between jobs currently, but I have a small YouTube following, and I enjoy going to McDonald's, and I run a flea market, and I'm daddy to 3 cats. I mean, at what point in that paragraph are you out?
I'm a crazy cat person. I mean, the aluminum foil, Just saying. So, basically, we're
that's a throwback or a callback to his previous joke that didn't work.
all freaked out. And we go ahead and start talking to us about this guy named Ken. He's like, well, that's fucking weird, because there was a guy over there in a blacked-out Mercedes.
How does this have anything to do with the phone? This woman from Georgia talking about LoJack, what does that have to do with the phone?
Wearing sunglasses and like a legit black suit, like a Men in Black suit.
Ew. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Imagine the next exhale of his mouth. That is deep. Just whatever he is digesting, which is probably some just pork belly of, fuck. It just undulated its way up through that goddamn fat carcass. And he went, and I was trying to pretend like that wasn't a burp. That was an internal eruption. That was a fucking smell volcano. And now it's about to seep out just right across the camera.
And my cousin was like, yeah.
Ew, I want to hear it again.
Wearing sunglasses and like a legit black suit, like a Men in Black suit. And my cousin...
Ew! He doesn't even address it? He just no-sold that situation? Just, forget it. You saw nothing. These are not the burps you're looking for.
I was like, yeah, I saw him. That's kind of what freaked me out. I didn't want to say anything because I didn't know if the guy was still spying on us or anything, but he kept looking over here. And he was looking at baby clothes and didn't buy anything. Like, it was at a whole nother person's stand. But he kept staring at us and just kept looking at baby clothes.
This is the worst story I've ever heard in my life. It's almost over, too. Unless a dinosaur just pops up out of the earth and, Jesus Christ is riding it, I will never forgive you for wasting this time of my life.
So we're like, what the fuck, And I'm just saying, okay, you know what? This is all just a coincidence. There's no fucking way. Well, Ken, who is the guy we were talking to, used to sell war medals and war paraphernalia. And I thought it was a little fucked up to sell war medals or whatever, but Ken starts telling me about how when he got with his girlfriend, her grandfather...
I call bullshit. Ken is single.
...had died, and he was part of the Moose Lodge. And the Moose Lodge is, I guess, connected to the Freemasons and all that shit. Like, it's a Freemason group in North Carolina.
It's a LARPing group in North Carolina.
And he's showing me all these books and shit he's got. So I'm thinking they're pretty cool, so I go ahead and buy them, you know, whatever. Well, in these books, there's like a picture of one of their main, like, leaders or whatever. Like, it's some straight Orwellian crap, you know? And it says, if you're not this person, you shouldn't have these books. Return it to this. Or something like that. And it just had an address. Like, it was really creepy. And it had, like, decoders and crap. Well, I lended them to David recently, and I haven't really gotten them back, but I'm more than happy to show them in later videos, just so you guys can see them and everything. I think it might be...
This is an incoherent word salad. This story is so uneventful, so disconnected, so pointless. I mean, the fact that he thinks this is a good thing, like he's imparting upon us like just a wild tale, fanciful adventure, like that tells you a lot about why he's a failure.
Be kind of a cool thing to talk about a little bit. But here's the weird thing, right?
God.
So my cousin goes up to meet with Ken, and he's talking about this skull he's got. And Ken shows my cousin this skull in his girlfriend's house, which was her grandfather's.
Fuck.
It's like a human skull. Like some serial killer crap, right?
Uh-huh.
So my cousin Roscoe's a little freaked out. He doesn't really, you know, deal with it or whatever. Well, here's the thing. Ken's van
Yeah.
was found parked at Food Lion about
What?
3 to 4 blocks away. We haven't heard from, seen, or even known anything about what the fuck happened to Ken. He literally went missing.
What the fuck am I listening to? This story is almost over. So wait, you're telling me the LoJack, the girl from Georgia with the LoJack, who seemed to be just asking you a question, that has nothing to do with anything. The phone turning off, nothing to do with anything. War medals, what was the point of raising that? None. The Illuminati, what are we talking about here? Start the story with, a guy I knew went missing.
And we have not heard jack diddly crap. And he was a local here. Like, he would always set up at the flea market and sell shit. And
What in the hell was the rest of this about? I am like angered now.
he just, you know, he went missing.
Great. That's the whole story right there. A guy I knew went missing. Fascinating tale.
And it was at that point that my cousin did not want to talk about this.
And then all of a sudden, his phone came back on. Boom, I just blew your mind.
I gotta take this off my head. Starting to get sweat. He did
You're sweating because your body cannot deal with what you've put in it.
not want to talk about this anymore. He actually told me I probably shouldn't make this video.
Oh,
But
God.
I just thought it was like a really interesting story
No, not even at all.
to tell you guys about. And, you know, if you guys have had any weird situations that have happened
This is a weird situation. Me listening to you tell that story.
to you similar to this, leave it down
Illuminati confirmed.
below. I did have a creepy guy that was asking me shit about, like, how to hack in the government and stuff like that.
Huh?
It was about, I want to say, a couple months before me and my girlfriend at the time, Heather, broke up.
Oh.
And once we broke up,
He had to drop her name? That was weird.
or around the time we broke up, there stopped being, like, weird situations. But it was some weird guy
What?
at her work that was, like, creeping me out. So I
What
just
the fuck is this random drivel? I mean, it's fascinating to be inside his mind. You're along for a ride. I feel like I'm in just a white water river rafting trip of just pointlessness.
hurried up and got her out there. But if you guys have had any
And now we're going left, and now we're going right, and boom, we just got sprayed with a bunch of pointlessness.
funny or crazy situations like that,
Oh,
feel free to let
that
me
was
know down below.
horrible.
Just saying if I go missing. Just saying.
Oh,
I love you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
if you go missing, you're probably drop dead in your own shanty house, and your cats and dogs are probably going to eat you because they're hungry. But to their credit, they will probably survive for the next year, based off how much flesh you have. Christ, that was pointless. Now, okay, let's see the comments. Do you trading cards? Oh my god. Okay, so absolutely a total waste of time. What the fuck is going on? God damn, just be yourself. That was seriously bad. I apologize. From the bottom of my heart. Now let's go manly for a second. Let's do little fights. I want not Tarzan. Oh, maybe it was that fight compilation that's gone. Son of a bitch. It is. My fight compilation is gone. Wow. Well, let's listen to Rowan.
Hello again, it's Rowan.
Yes!
I'm going to talk about IQ.
Multiple camera angles. He's got a framed picture of Gene Wilder from Willy Wonka.
We hear so much talk these days
He's wearing his own merch. Check that out. With Tinkerbell, Eternal Life fan.
about the IQ
Expect to hear from Disney's lawyers.
and that the IQ is a overall predictor of someone's success in life.
It is.
But what if IQ is not the best gauge of someone's intelligence?
He said gay.
What if there is a better gauge than the IQ? I'm going to make that argument because I think that
I love how his mind works. He's taken everything. He's like, I heard somebody talk about IQ. Now, how can I bring that into my world? Well, what does IQ have to do with eternal life? Well, I don't think IQ predicts anything because the only true success you can have in life is to continue to live forever. So really, there's one test, one litmus test we should be focused on, which is, are you a fan of eternal life? If yes, then you are intelligent. If no, you're not.
many people who have an IQ, a high IQ, right, they end up
Being deathists.
doing dangerous things.
Adrenaline junkies. I saw, what is that guy, the Turner dude? He's always off, firing himself out of a rocket.
They do risky things. Maybe they drink alcohol. Maybe they smoke. Maybe they, take drugs. Maybe they're promiscuous. I know this is true.
Oh.
People with a high IQ, a lot of them do all kinds of dangerous things that end up getting them killed eventually. So, is IQ really the best determining factor of someone's intelligence? I would argue
Yes, literally by definition, yes. Is IQ. Is someone's intelligence the best determination of their intelligence?
no. I think there is a much better, a better thing to gauge here, and that is
What do you think? Play the game, guess.
someone's
Ability to stay alive?
ability to survive.
Come on. Come on. He acts like there's a bunch of smart, suicidal people out there. Smart people live longer, by the way. That's one of... I think if you check the stats, you're going to find that on average they have longer life expectancy.
I think that is a better gauge of intelligence. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So if I don't, maybe let's say for instance that I don't have a high IQ. I don't know that I do.
Impossible. How dare you even suggest it?
I don't know that I don't. I've actually never gotten my IQ test. But let's say hypothetically that I had a very low IQ. But I live a life that is very safe and
I love this overhead shot. It looks like a secret camera you would set up to film yourself have sex with your girlfriend or something. It's beautiful. It's very devious.
am really concerned about my eternal life. And I'm doing all kinds of things to stay safe. And I'm avoiding dangers. And I'm overall much healthier than many people with a much higher IQ than me. So who's really more intelligent? I think that...
Well, you're missing the point. I mean, words mean something. And intelligence does not mean living a life that is as safe as humanly possible to ensure your survival. There's a line to be drawn. There's a balance. And you have to take some risks. For example, getting in a car. Flying on an airplane. Getting in a car is way more of a risk. So, should we get into cars? Should we go out into public? Rowan, you go out into public. You get to the library and back. Why are you taking that risk? Surely that's you not being intelligent. Surely somebody who doesn't do that and stays inside their bunker is more intelligent than you.
the person who ends up surviving is more intelligent. I think survivability is a better gauge of intelligence. Like,
No. Rowan, all he wants to talk about is survive, eternal life, life versus death, stay alive. This has nothing to do with intelligence. He's just trying to have a different standard. He wants to just say, you're either with us or you're against us. So you're either a deathist or you're an eternal life fan. That's your two choices.
let's take, for instance, Albert Einstein.
He's dead, so how smart could he have been? Actually, yesterday, we were off riding our bikes to the supermarket, and a guy was riding a bike coming towards us, and it was as close to Albert Einstein as I've ever gotten. I'm in Germany. This guy had a thick gray mustache with wild gray hair, and he's riding a bike, which there's famous pictures of Albert doing the same thing. I was like, whoa.
Albert Einstein had a very, very high IQ, and he's dead right now.
He wasn't an Eternal Life fan, clearly.
He's actually rotting in the ground.
He was cremated, thank you very much.
Unless he faked his death. I highly doubt that, but let's say Albert
Yeah, he's hanging out with Andy Kaufman and Elvis.
Einstein is rotting in the ground right now. What good did his IQ get him? If he
It got him international notoriety, multiple awards, a fulfilled life. He contributed to humanity. He is a pioneer in the world of physics, and he bettered the species of which he came from. So, yeah.
if he's dead, if he died,
Right. Endgame, right. He's dead, so all of that didn't count. Right.
his IQ really didn't help him in terms of his ability to live forever and survive. So therefore, if I end up living...
Isn't that fascinating? So Albert studying physics, and by the way, physics will probably play a part in life extension, and probably already has, but the sciences in general. But everything's a waste of time, according to Rohn. Unless you're focused on your life and ensuring that you stay alive forever, everything else is just, it's pathetic what you're doing. You are not helping the one problem that you need to have in your mind at all times. So this is why he doesn't date. He doesn't have sex. He doesn't want to do that stuff because it's not the prime objective. So Albert Einstein, you're wasting your time. Movie makers, what's the point of you? It's amazing that for him, this all makes sense. So this is how he leads his life, but he wants to make other people feel the same way. That would make him feel better if more people agreed with him. He has a community, the transhumanist community, they're there. So he has enough people that don't call him crazy and basically reassure him that, no, this is a smart use of 100% of your time is to do this. So he feels validated. But now he's going back through history, calling out people in the past, going well, look, you're dead. He's dead shaming.
Forever. And Albert Einstein didn't live forever.
I like how he's highlighting Einstein. Everybody from his generation didn't live forever, and every generation before that, and our generation.
Who's smarter? There's other factors here when it comes to intelligence, people. Don't just hyper obsess about someone's IQ.
This guy's talking about not hyper obsessing? That's rich.
I think there's another criteria we should assess in determining someone's true intelligence.
Didn't Gene Wilder die?
And that is your willpower. So what if
Walt Disney's dead too. He made Tinkerbell.
All kinds of people who with a high IQ have a low willpower. The willpower to avoid...
They're not mutually exclusive, so this is a new topic. It has nothing to do with intelligence.
Things that'll get you killed. Avoid various hedonistic things that end up...
Now he's going to morally fag upon us and say that if you do anything... so rob yourself of the pleasures of life, including physical contact, partaking in alcohol in moderation, eating of any foods that are not perfectly healthy for you. So unless you're eating rice crackers and friggin' bird seed, then you're going to kill yourself.
Being someone's downfall. Because, yes, maybe they had a high IQ, but they couldn't resist the temptation to do whatever it was that was bad for them. Their addiction of choice, their vice. I know that a lot of people with a high IQ have all kinds of bad behaviors. And I'm sure a lot of people with a high IQ are immoral. So there's just other things. So morality. What if that's another way we should determine someone's intelligence?
Moral intelligence, that is a concept that is discussed, but he's bouncing around. Willpower has nothing to do with intelligence, has nothing to do with morality. And all of these things have nothing to do with eternal life. But, yeah, morality is highly subjective, and I think follow the golden rule. What's the problem here?
And that isn't necessarily reflected in someone's high IQ.
An IQ test never suggested that they were a test of morality. That's ridiculous. And what standard are you using? Now, you can test how, I don't know, how good a person is. I'm sure you could formulate a test for that, but what's your point?
What if someone has a very low IQ, but something about them
Yeah, they're called retards.
is hyper moral?
Yeah. It's like a nice dude with Down syndrome. It's like, oh.
They're just a very moral, ethical person. They go out and help people.
But be careful, because they do have retard strength.
Isn't that more important
They'll
than
rip your face off like a fucking chimpanzee.
someone's IQ?
Morality is more important than IQ. Well, again, a false dichotomy there. You can be moral and be smart. Why would you suggest that one is in replace of the other? That's weird.
I think these are far better gauges of someone's intelligence.
What? No. Again, literally no. How good and moral you are is not it doesn't have anything to do with your intelligence. Your intelligence is your intelligence. How good and moral you are is how good and moral you are.
Than IQ.
No.
I'll tell you what, I would much rather be friends with someone with a low IQ if they're a
Well, you're a Trump fan, so you better get used to it.
good moral person than someone with a very high IQ if they're immoral. Morality
Okay, well, again, how about a person with low IQ who is immoral and a high IQ who is moral? What evidence do you have to suggest that those two things are correlated?
is more important than someone's IQ. All kinds of things are more important than someone's IQ.
Like what? Not to them, by the way. Yeah, he's searching for something.
You know, I want to be friends with people who
Want to live forever.
would
Like Tinkerbell.
not endanger my life.
And we all do, yeah.
They have a sense of, like, what's safe, what's not safe.
Well, what about the correlation between having a low IQ and being more criminally active? The less your IQ, the more likely it is you're going to be a criminal. So, just on that alone, wouldn't you want to hang around with people who are smarter?
And they're not going to jeopardize my safety, my health. They're not going to do something that could get me killed. They're not
Is this guy making a case for ethnostate or what?
going to play some evil prank on me. Those are the types of people I want to be friends with. Those
Okay. But why is this coming out of nowhere? Like, you can be friends with whoever you want to be friends with. Who's stopping you?
are the people I want to associate with.
Good.
And I'm sure all kinds of people with a very high IQ are evil, and they might do an evil prank on you. And I'm sure, yeah, they're clever.
Evil pranksters with high IQs is his concern right now.
Oh, they're witty. Oh, they're very good with their linguistic skills. But you know what? If they're evil, then I don't want to have anything to do with them.
Okay, well, evil is evil. I mean, again, he switches the freaking playing grounds. He's moving the goalposts. That's what it is. I mean, if a guy's smart or not, it has nothing to do with him being evil. Don't be friends with evil people. Problem solved.
Morality is just so much more important. So, according to my research, people with very high IQs tend to commit less crime, as a generality. But I'm sure there's exceptions to that. And if this is true, if people who with a high IQ are committing less crimes, hey, that's awesome.
Yeah, it is true, especially violent crime.
But just be aware, I'm sure there's exceptions where the high IQ people are actually doing worse crimes.
Yeah, like Ted Bundy.
And maybe they're like psychopaths. I mean, you can have a high IQ and be a psychopath. You can have a high IQ and be a serial killer.
Okay. So what point do you think you've proven? Yes. Nobody's saying if you have a high IQ, you're golden and nothing else you do that will matter. And I mean, yeah, we recognize you could be smart and be also evil and a murderer. Great. So are we not able to comprehend that there's more than just IQ to somebody? Yes, of course there is.
Right? So
Dramatic pause.
Another thing I researched was that people with a high IQ also tend to make more money.
Correct. Very logical.
But the question is, what are they doing with that money?
Dedicating it to the Eternal Life Fan Club. Patreon is in the description.
Let's say you make a lot of money, but you waste it buying mansions, and you're buying all these material possessions and your cars and all this crap, your clothing, and what good is that going to do you?
It's going to make their lives better, more comfortable, filled with luxury. They're going to have all the things that one would and should buy if they have money. They don't have to create some sort of charity. They don't have to like Bill Gates it out. They're under no obligation. They earn their money. They can spend it however they want. We're not going to abide by what Rowan thinks we should do with our money. I mean, you do what you want to do with your money, and everybody else will do what they want to do. But you see this. I mean, Bill Gates did one thing with his money. A guy like Mike Tyson did another thing with his money, or Floyd Mayweather. I mean, these people, I think they should be held to account. I mean, Floyd Mayweather he bought, and I guess he created a strip club. So that's what he does with his money. He literally burns it on camera, and he's not necessarily helping humanity out. Whereas other people, create charities, create, ventures. They invest into things that can give back.
So I'm sure a lot of people with these high IQs, they're really good at making money, but are they smart enough to know how to use that money to help them live forever?
Okay, so he's beating that drum, and oh god, I did want to see this one. Shit, it's an hour and 20 minutes. He talked to this crazy preacher dude. What a conversation that must be. I'll save that for later. I'm gonna go to a letter I got. I'm gonna respond to it now. I'm gonna protect this guy's privacy upon his request. I'll read it and I'll just comment as we go. He says, "Hey Devin, you can call me Beep. I'm a big fan of yours. Have been for several years now. I wear your shirts proudly and publicly, especially the white male one. Never fails to get a reaction from anti-white shitheads. Thank you for that salt mine of a shirt. I watch every video you put out because you are basically the only leftist who speaks about the current issues with any semblance of honesty. Now I've buttered you up a bit. I want to ask for your help. I need some of your patented big brothering. I look up to you. I see in you so much of what I could have been. So much of what I could have been had I made better choices in my early life. But that's not the point. So I will start by saying I am not some finish line product. I am, just a regular guy, who is trying to make the most of every situation I find myself in. So we're all in flux. We are all sort of just on a journey together. So, but that doesn't even matter. Like the fact that I'm like, dude, part of me is like, the guy's asking me for advice. Like, what the fuck? Not some finished product here. But it doesn't matter because he looks up to me. He says that. So now I feel obligated to give the best advice I could give. And sometimes giving advice is better than giving advice to yourself. Where to begin? Well, I'm 28. I live alone. Okay. I'm 5'10" and about 140 pounds. That seems very thin and growing. And that seems very weird. Who's growing at 28? Strange. I'm a pretty handsome guy, despite my size. Girls always showed interest in me in school, even if I didn't say anything to them. I've been lifting for a while, but I haven't been eating right until recently, and I'm putting on muscle pretty quickly. Good. I work in a shitty call center job where I basically function as a sentient answering machine. Literal monkeys do this job beside me. Now I have an IQ around 130. All right? I don't belong here. I'm working to address that, studying for certifications to land a better job, which I will then use to fund my education and start businesses. Okay, he's got plans. He's 28, 5'10", 140 pounds, building muscle, and he's not ugly. He's handsome. He sent me a picture of him, and he's not like, he just seems like a regular guy. I plan to start taking Muay Thai BJJ when I have the money. All right. So he's mind, body, and business-wise, he's looking to advance. What's the problem here? I've had the same friends since high school, and every girl I've dated, there have been about 7, I forgot some of them, has been someone I met through the same friends. I slept around a little bit in my early 20s. It's not my thing. That's weird. Sleeping around is not... Well, I mean, how about sex? Is sex your thing? I don't go to bars or clubs to pick up chicks. All right. I'd rather just form a long-term relationship because I want to get married and start a family. Well, that is a reasonable goal. Very sweet, very romantic. Those same friends are going nowhere in life. They are content to stay in the same place, doing the same low-grade work and smoking weed until they die. That's why I decided to move away, so I could start over and form a more positive circle. Good idea. The problem is, I never really learned how to approach people and start conversations. I've developed some anxiety about this because I really want to make friends and meet women, but I also don't want to come off as desperate or needy. I catch hot girls eyeing me in public all the time, and I always hesitate to say anything because I'm afraid of saying the wrong thing and looking like a creep. I can talk to guys pretty easily, but again, I don't go anywhere, so I don't really meet them. Okay. So, this is a problem that is beginning to come into the light. Let me address that. Yeah, it's weird to approach people and start conversations. Yes, it's always going to be weird, and there's always going to be rejection. There's always going to be awkwardness. There's always going to be just circumstance. So you could have the best intentions. You could be at a salad shop and you sit down. There's a girl sitting by herself. She's not reading. She's not checking her phone. She's just sitting there, open potentially to a conversation. But she doesn't know you. She didn't come there for you. It's not a social scene necessarily. She's there to eat. You don't want to be a dick. You don't want to creep her out. So what do you do? What do you do? Do you say hello? Do you say nice weather? I mean, now let's say you come up with a perfect thing to say, and it's like, I don't know what it is, but she spills her drink, and you pick up her glass, you help her, and you're like, oh, you say something nice. You say, oh, it happens to me all the time. Don't worry about it. Or, yeah, no problem. Let me help you with that. Something like that. You break the barrier of communication. She's receptive to it. You then try to strike up conversation. Maybe you come on too heavy. You say, do you come here often? You break out an Old Faithful. Or you say, that's a cool book. I read that book like 3 years ago. Something like that. And it turns out she's married. Let's say. Turns out she has a boyfriend. It's not your fault. It's not your fault that some guy has already staked a claim. That just triggered some feminists. So let's analyze. How should you feel in that moment? You didn't do anything wrong. There's nothing wrong with you, but she's not interested. She shuts down. She gives you a very terse response. She doesn't say I'm married or I have a boyfriend, but she says, yeah, it's a good book. Thank you for picking up my glass, by the way. Thanks. And she goes back to eating. The eye contact, the body language, she's not vibing you. Okay, she doesn't turn to you. She doesn't laugh. She doesn't reach out and touch you. You see what I'm saying? Now, what that can and will do to a guy is it will make him question his own prowess, his own value. Shit, this girl, she saw me. I was there. I was available. I was making contact, and she rejected me on some level. I am not good enough for her. Maybe I'm just not good enough, period. Maybe I suck. What's wrong with me? Why am I a failure? You know what? This is not just an isolated event. This reminds me of me striking out on prom night, or me failing in the last 15 encounters I had, or that time those girls laughed at me when I tried to ask one out, or, so all these, the negative voice in your head is going to go off on you, basically. If you have enough confidence and self-esteem, a situation like this will not cripple you. For a guy, though, however, who is younger, it is more prone to hurt you, to set you back, because you do not have a reservoir of things that you have done and accomplished that assure you that you are not on trial. Every time you go up and talk to somebody new, it's not always about you. So you have to get outside your head, and you have to have some principles that guide you in all of your interactions, which is to say, be happy, be positive, and be willing to risk. And all of these things are risks. As a creative person, I'm fully aware of making something out of nothing. So right now, I'm doing a stream. I'm making a stream. I'm doing a video. I'm on YouTube. I make videos all the time. There's nothing about anything I ever make that is guaranteed where people are going to love it. No, I'm taking chances. And with chances comes the risk of failure, which is not necessarily even a bad thing. And here's the worst part. If you don't risk at all, that is the worst failure of all. If you decide that because there are chances involved with risk by its very nature, I'm just not going to do them at all. A lot of people do this. A lot of people bury their head and they say, look, I don't want to go to clubs and bars with women. They're going to judge me. And God, there's so much pressure and shit. It makes me feel bad about myself. Why am I putting myself through this? I'll just fap and game and be done with it. And that's a safer way. There'll be less pain. Now that could work in the short term. You will not risk, therefore you will not feel the pain of rejection. Then again, you will not feel the joy and reward of success. You're literally not even in the game. And this will erode within that person. So that person who avoids society and avoids risk, they will eventually realize that, oh shit, yeah, maybe this wasn't the right choice. Because I see other people doing well, and I know that they took risks. And I know that part of me feels ashamed that I never did that. I could have done stuff, I didn't do stuff. And you said that earlier in this email to me. You said, if I had made better choices early on, etc., etc. Now, when it comes to women, it's a very personal thing with men. Men, you have battles. You have battles with other men. You have battles with your value in the world. What you do for a living, the amount of money you make, your success comparative to other men. Those are all things that you have to contend with as a man. But also, you versus women is a thing. Not versus, that makes it seem like it's... But you, in terms of your success with women, is a separate little subgenre that you either win at or lose at. And you know where you are on that. You know. I mean, I don't have to tell you. Now, a young man, if you're a teenage guy, you're first starting out in that world. Guys are very sensitive. Very sensitive. So if a girl breaks up with you, it's the end of the world. If you get rejected, it's like, oh my God, I'm a fucking loser. Okay? You are somewhere in between. You are 28, but you have been hanging out with the old friends, and your life really hasn't kicked into that next gear. So you're still sort of in that post-college, I guess, I don't even know if you went to college, but you're kind of, I'm not going to say a man-child, but like, this is, by the way, a normal thing for American men, is you try to extend your adolescence and you're sort of lost. There's an area in your 20s where you're trying to figure out what to do, where to go, how to be. And that's fine. You're trying to determine that now. I mean, in this email, that's what I'm reading, is a guy trying to figure out who he wants to be. So that's cool. But I'll continue reading this, but we'll talk about how to, let's see, anxiety. First of all, anxiety is not necessarily a bad thing. That's fine, but well, I'll just say this now then. Why is my buttons not working? Give me buttons. Okay, there. Anxiety is fine. Here's the trick. I'm going to give you the answer. When it comes to starting conversations and approaching people and overcoming anxiety, showing up is 98% of it. Show up. Show up at the gym. If you show up at the gym, you've already won. You're in the gym. You have the membership. You put on your little shorts. You're there. You got the towel. You got a bottle of water. Now, once you're there, you still don't want to work out. You're still like, fuck this. But you're there, so you might as well do it. And you do it. And then you go home and you feel proud of yourself. You're like, you know what? I did something I didn't necessarily want to do. There was some discomfort in me going to the gym. Just like there's some discomfort in you talking to a random chick. It worked out. It didn't work out. It was kind of neutral. At least I'm proud of myself. You have a conversation with yourself and say, you did something that there was some apprehension. And I'm going to give you points for that. I'm going to give you a pat on the back. Just that this is what I want you to do. Be proud of yourself. And stop being a bitch in terms of failure. In fact, you have to make yourself immune to this fear of failure. Analyze it. Analyze it analytically. Are you expecting to just hit it off and just be super charming and have everybody be receptive to you? Is that the world you want? Like, that's not a real scenario. But it's not helpful to you that if an encounter goes south, or if a girl's not feeling you, that you then take that on board emotionally, and you're like, oh my God, this was humiliating. Instead, what you should do is laugh, be like, oh man, that didn't work out, and continue as if you still have the same objectives you had before that encounter, which is true. Play the friggin' odds. Be like the salmon. You know how the salmon reproduce? You think they squirt out one egg, one sperm? No. Look at us. We squirt out 1 million sperms. What is the plural of sperm? A gaggle of sperm. Because we know that a bunch of them are going to fail. Don't be all worried about it. You're no different than anybody else. I say that with all due respect, which is not much. You will fail just like everybody will fail. Okay, George Clooney, Brad Pitt, they're not George Clooney and Brad Pitt. They walk into a club, girls will be like, who's this old dude? Fuck him. Yeah, but I have a house on Lake Como. Yeah, great, who cares? Old bitch. Get out. Do you think that will crush George Clooney? Do you think Brad Pitt's going to be worried he can't play the leading man anymore? Oh no, Ryan Gosling's taking all my roles. What the fuck? Nobody's crying like that. You have to man up on that shit. Okay. I'm a bit of an autist. Okay, that's bad. Not diagnosed, but I am honest to a fault, and I have trouble reading people and understanding their emotions and motivations. Okay, well, you know, I'm going to... Look, if you are actually autistic, then that fucking sucks. And, you know, I don't have all the information about what to do if you're actually autistic in terms of dealing with the symptoms, improving upon that, eradicating it. I don't know the science behind that. But I don't want you to fall into the trap of relying on a label and using that label as an excuse for all of your failings. I would almost ask for you to operate as if you are not autistic. Because this is the kind of defeatist mentality where it's like, uh-oh, no, just don't mind me. Everything in my life is the fault of this label, this term. Have some ownership and just do things as if you can better your life because you know you can. So in terms of being honest to a fault, yeah, just don't be a moron. Think for one friggin' second. Life is not about being honest. Like, use social skills. These are skills that you should have acquired throughout your whole life. I don't know what your parents are doing. I don't know what your friends and family are up to, but like, just think about it. Think before you talk. I mean, a policy of dead honesty is a terrible policy to have. It should almost be the other way around. I mean, just here's what I would suggest. Be positive, give compliments, and smile. You know, be funny. But just give compliments, which, you know, that's fine. Have that be your default. Don't be honest to a fault. That's just retarded. And you know it's retarded because it doesn't work for you. I have trouble reading people and understanding their emotions and motivations. Okay, well, that's very cryptic. Like, what situations are you in where you have to figure out emotions and motivations? Read their signs, read the body language, assess the situation, and go with your gut. And if your gut is wrong, then learn. You have software that can be updated. Every situation you find yourself in, just add it to your knowledge base and grow. I've been able to remedy this somewhat by driving for Uber in my free time. That's very social. I'm forced to observe verbal cues, social cues, and make small talk, and to get people to like me over a very short period of time. Good. The one thing I do not learn is how to strike up a conversation with a stranger, because with Uber there is already a pretext to talking to the people I drive. Right. So this comes down to a problem that, look, all of your girlfriends, all of your social success in life stemmed from school. School is a similar situation to Uber in that you're both there for a reason. So you're there, there's no social awkwardness in both you being there. It's very explainable. Outside of school, it is more difficult, especially now you're not going to social events. Now, social events, they can be awkward for a different reason. Like if you go to a bar or a club, yeah, you could pretend to be there with your crew, have a wingman. Oh no, we're just here because we enjoy dancing. Me and my straight heterosexual friend. What's the big deal? But yeah, it's going to be a little bit weird. So that might not be the road for you. And straight up dating, like if you got on some of these sites and just dated girls, that's going to be very pressure filled. So the secret is to find things that you like to do where you're going to meet other people with a common interest and you can have the conversations in those moments. People always talk about, oh yeah, we just met, we were both at the supermarket, or we were just in a library, or, yeah, it can happen, but it's rare. Usually people meet coworkers, friends of friends, low pressure situations, school, stuff like that. If you're in like an acting class, like perfect. When I used to do acting classes, you'd be paired off to do a scene with somebody, and like they pair you off with a girl, and you'd have to rehearse the scene. So that is the context for your socializing with the girl. So you're memorizing lines, you're running over the scene together, you're like, hey, do you want to get some food after this, etc. And that entire scenario, like getting food after rehearsing with a girl in an acting class, that is a date, essentially. You are in each other's presence. You are scoping each other out sexually. You are having banter. It's back and forth, but there's no pressure. Because somebody comes by and goes, is this a date? You're like, no, this is my acting buddy, and we just did a rehearsal. So you have to figure out situations like that for yourself that would make sense. Uber's a great thing. I mean, I'm sure there are dudes who are just slaying gash, just total gash hounds who do Uber just to meet girls. So I would assess what things you're interested in, go from there. I constantly recommend yoga, even though I don't do it myself. Well, I'm also not single. But if I was a single guy, I'd fucking sign up for every yoga class within a 10 square mile radius. That was so friggin' wise. I just gave gold. Okay, you should Patreon me for that. But yeah, so just look around you, see what works for other people. This is not like the first time anybody's had to figure this out. This is not some riddle that the universe has never cracked before. There are guys who are succeeding on this. So look at your friends, look at people in society. They're like, how is this guy doing it? Okay, if your job, your job probably doesn't have a bunch of hot betties who are just available and you're looking to get inside their panties, then, okay, you're already thinking about moving jobs. Move to a place where there might be a better chance of that. And eventually, once you can get that ball rolling, then yes, I would recommend signing up for the dating sites. Maybe a group date scene. I know that some of them have like a singles night type thing. That could be a little cringy. But if it's like a singles night within the context of a larger pub scenario or bar, I guess you people call it, then you could hit that up. You're trying to make it. I mean, that's the whole thing with flirting and dating, is that the game is, we know it's inherently awkward. We know these are strangers talking. We know everybody wants to be liked and loved. And we know everybody has sexual desire. But you're trying to pretend it all away and just make it carefree and lighthearted. That is the skill. Now, you have to master that skill. You have to develop it within yourself. Stop being a scared little timid dude who's like, oh, what should I say? What should I say? What should you not say? Here's what you shouldn't say. Nothing. Did that make sense? I don't know. I'll play it back. I'll edit that. Okay. Once I break the ice, people love me. Okay. So see that? Once you show up, you do well. So if you're like, oh, if I show up to the gym, yeah, I do lift the weights. But your apprehension is not showing up. You never break the ice. They think I'm hilarious and brilliant because I am. Well, Jesus. Okay. I'm just very shy. I've always kept to myself and let other people come to me. But that's not really an option when I don't get anywhere or do anything social. So before I end up writing you a novel here, let me TLDR this shit. Okay, so it's a good instinct. The idea that being shy and keeping to yourself and not wanting to creep people out, you're respectful. Okay, that we don't want to squash that. We don't want you to be this pompous jackass who just rolls into any scenario and is like, hey, who wants to talk to me? Hey, what's up? You're hot. I like your jeans. What's happening? Small talk is obnoxious, and you have to pick and choose your spots. You don't want to just, floor it on this. Where is it normal to start chit-chat with strangers, and how do I do so without freaking people out? Okay, well, we've already discussed on this or touched on this. You have to read some body language, but you have to position yourself. Look, just walking around the street, it's not really that normal to be like, just start talking to people. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird to make eye contact with people, let alone talk. Why can I not get off this? Son of a bitch, this thing. So, yeah, I would suggest going to places and also utilizing your friends. So friends of friends is a real thing. Networking, like, for example, Floyd Mayweather, Conor McGregor. Where are you watching that? get in a group to watch that. Make plans. Use the social network for something, not for expressing your political beliefs, but for actually socializing. Find the people not around the world, but in your community, and hit them up. Talk them up. And, start small. And get a good group of guy friends. Guy friends that go out and do shit. Not, dorky dudes who stay inside all the time. So, get into a basketball league. This is the kind of shit. I'm telling you, man, I understand why you insulate, but you have to put yourself out there. You've got to try. What do people do for fun and socialization? Well, here's the thing. The answer to that is, in modern times, a lot more people are doing the thing that you should not be doing, which is to stay inside, go online. Online is a never-ending source of entertainment. Have your little digital contacts, which is, it's all well and good, but it's not the same. It's not what you're looking for. And FAP and game and watch Netflix. And, there's a lot of shit to do inside. So the appeal of the outside world with all of its fuckery and claustrophobia and rejection and just pain in the ass, you got to go from A to B, you got to spend money, it doesn't seem as appealing because you can occupy your mind inside. But you need to attack this like it's a problem, like it's the problem of your life, because you're not happy, you're not winning at the things you want to be winning at. I've been thinking about going to church. No, do not do that. Since that is the most likely place to meet a young woman who isn't promiscuous and actually gives a shit about marriage and raising children. Well, you're an atheist, yeah. You're an atheist who wants to go to church. That's a doomed scenario. This is a bad idea. And this is an idea that an autist would come up with. Okay? This is dumb. You're not going to go with a religious chick because she wants to get married. She also wants to raise religiously insane people. And you're not going to have anything in common with her about the deepest issues of our life. So why would you even think to do that? That's retarded. Go to a humanist group. Go to an atheist group. Jesus. If you want to do that, how about go to a couch surfing? Hit up couch surfing in your area. Host guests. If you don't want to do that, go to the events. Go teach English to foreign exchange people. Go volunteer at a kitten shelter. Do those exist? You can get active. And you can, go look at websites that deal with your city. So, even if it's for a tourist or an expat or some, doesn't make sense. But there are websites, there's information out there that you can access, and you can actually, try something new. Let's see. I'm an atheist but was raised as a Christian and I identify with it culturally. Oh, good Lord. Well, we all identify with Christianity culturally, but you shouldn't really want to do that. That's not a good path. I go to the gym regularly, the current one, and that's not a good place to meet girls, the gym, so that's just for you. Don't view that as you could pull something out, but it would take a miracle. Girls do not go to the gym to be hit on by guys. The current one I have been to a few times, so that I haven't really had a chance to get to know as many people there, but I've made a good impression with the people I've met. I'm sure. I don't think you're retarded. I think you can do this. Sorry for the essay. I know you're a busy man. Clearly I'm not. But frankly, I don't have any other positive male role models in my life who haven't already given me their advice on this subject. Okay. Thank you. Also, if you make a video about this, please don't mention my email address. Not that I think you would, but there are people trying to dox me and remove me from my job for entirely political reasons. The picture attached is me. Please clap. Okay. So, all in all, let's review here. I think I've said a good chunk to you. I think you have shown some promise. You're going to the gym, you have Uber, you have a job, you have a plan to get a better job. You're concerned about self-improvement, body and mind, and social. This is good. You have noble pursuits. You want a long-term relationship. You want a meaningful relationship. I think the only thing holding you back is your fear of rejection, which you have to burn that. You have to acknowledge it and then burn it. You have to overcome that. That's a battle between you and you. You are not representing yourself in the best way possible. You need an agent. You need an agent to speak on your behalf. Now, the problem is that isn't how life works, so you have to be your own agent. So I understand that there's an emotional side to you. You're basically a grown-up child. We're all emo inside. And feelings, it hurts. It hurts. You tried something, you're nervous, you're scared, you're anxious, you don't want to be hurt. You don't want to be humiliated. So understand that that is a part of you that exists. Understand that that is also a part of you that is going to prohibit you from finding success and happiness in life. Acknowledge it. I'm not saying ignore it. I'm not saying deny it. Yes, that sucked. I went up to a girl. I leaned in to kiss her. She said, "What are you doing? I don't even know you. Why are you trying to kiss me?" And she slapped me. And somebody was filming it, and they posted it up online. They keyworded my name in it, and it's fucking lame. Okay, now, if you type Devin Tracy Kiss into YouTube, you will see that very video of which I speak. It happened to me. It was in 2009. I asked them to remove it. They have not removed it. And it will forever live in infamy. But I've managed to move forward, and, I hope that my girlfriend never searches that. So, look, if I can survive a scandal like that, I think you can survive all of your mini failures, and one day you will find a girl. I have no doubt in that. And if that fails, try gays. Gays will fuck anything. I don't know if you're a top or a bottom. 5'10", 140, I'm guessing you're a bottom. So I don't know if your anus is loose or tight, or, if you have had an enema in the last week. Either way, be prepared for that. Keep your options open. And with that, I leave you. I hope you have a great life, and I love you. As a friend. All right. So, that's me talking.
If you had real smarts, you'd be using that money to invest in some kind of cure for aging and life.
Yes, if real smart like you, that is the only smarts. Okay, let's give Jordan Peterson a shot. Oh, God. Jordan of the House Peterson, do you believe that God exists? Well, if a man's striking a pose like that on the first frame of a video, I gotta believe something smart is coming my way. This has 100,000 views, 1,881 likes, and 186 dislikes. That means a lot of people like whatever he's about to say. I would never feel comfortable positioning my hand on my head like that. Even if I was in a chess tournament and I was in the finals, just me and some other grandmaster, $1 million prize, winner takes all, I still wouldn't strike that pose. That comes off as so supremely douchey. But please, Jordan, tell me, is there a God?
So people often ask me, do you believe in God?
It's pronounced God and not God. Okay? Gaudy. Like your body. God has a great body.
I don't like that question.
Of course you don't, Jordan, because this is the game you play. It's the game where you put the questioner on trial. A normal question, do you believe in God? What do you mean by believe? What do you mean by God? Just pick all the freaking verbs and nouns in the sentence and just throw up the Monopoly board, Jordan. Jesus Christ. I'm so sorry. I thought, do you believe in God was a perfectly understandable question. But Jordan, God, fuck, Jordan. You're too smart for the room.
First of all, it's an attempt to
It's an attempt to ask a normal question to a person that you thought was normal before they struck that pose with their hand and said, I deny the validity of the question.
It's an attempt to box me in.
Box the body into God. Don't box me into a binary between yes or no. How about, we'll take maybe, Jordan. Just answer the fucking question. The question's legit.
In a sense. And the reason that it's an attempt to box me in is because the question is asked so that I can be firmly placed on one side of a binary argument.
Yes, it's a binary question. Do you believe in God? It's binary, yes or no. Fuck. You can explain. You can go on and be like, yes, but I will throw the caveat, yes, but to a degree of certainty, which is this. Nobody's saying you have to just say yes and no, and that's it. What a jackass. I mean, the stall job he does. The answer is yes, Jordan. You believe in God because you're a fucking moron.
And the reason I don't like to answer it is because, A, I don't like to be boxed in.
Boxing! Don't like boxing. Jordan, you're such a creepy... And look at that set of teeth. Wow. I guess Canada really is a colony of England.
And B, because I don't know what the person means.
Why did they just fade to white? Did he just die? Is this a resurrection?
By believe or God.
Of course, he said it. He said it. The man's a fucking cliche. What do you mean by believe or God? Hey, Jordan, is it raining outside right now? Well, see, I don't like that question. That's a binary thing. Is it raining? What do you mean? What do you mean by rain? What do you mean by outside? Well, I mean not inside, Jordan. I mean like outside. Like if you walked outside, would there be rain coming down? But, well, what is rain? Is rain a sprinkle or is it a shower? Is it a downpour? You see, I feel uncomfortable with this. Because if I went outside and there's just a smattering, just a sprinkle, light sprinkle, almost a mist, I would feel awkward. I would not know whether to say yes or no. But you want to box me in. You want to box me. I'll box you right now.
And they think they know.
They think they know? No, that's why they're asking the question, Jordan. We're saying, do you believe in God? I'm not saying, my opinion on it doesn't matter. We're asking you a question which you are incapable of answering because you're a pussy.
Probability that they construe belief and construe God the same way I do is virtually zero.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Jordan, belief in God is not that ambiguous. Okay, your definition of God, we can discuss that later. But as an initial question to get into a conversation, there's nothing wrong with the sentence, do you believe in God? Sorry.
So it's a question that doesn't work for me on multiple levels of analysis, but...
What a cunt. Who the fuck likes this guy? God damn it.
But strangely enough, just as we were talking, the answer to that question popped into my head.
Oh, really? Did it? Did it pop into the body or to the head?
I act as if God exists.
Great. What a fucking workaround that was. I act as if? What, you're a Pascal wager dude? Fucking hell. God, I hope that bush behind him, it turns out to be a Venus flytrap and it just engulfs his head.
Now, you can decide for yourself whether that means
I decided that you're an idiot by you saying, I act as if God... Just answer the question.
Believe in him, so to speak. But I act as if he exists. So that's a good enough answer for that.
No, it's not. It's a fucking comically weak and lame answer. What, are you playing with your wedding ring? What is this? What message are you sending us now?
Then with regards to these other issues, the divinity of Christ, well, I would say the same problems with the question formulation.
There's problems with every question when it comes to big questions. The problem with that question is, what do you mean by divinity? What do you mean by Christ? Fuck you. Fuck you.
Obtain. What do you mean by divine? And also, what do you mean by Christ? These are very, very difficult questions.
This guy is a total spastic loser. Okay, I will not watch the rest of this I will not watch the additional 8 minutes of this video. I refuse to. But you get the gist, don't you? Don't you? Let me ask everybody out there a question. Why the fuck do you like Jordan Peterson? And let me answer that question the way he would. What do you mean by like, and what do you mean by Jordan Peterson? This man is a joke. I'm out. And that should probably rid me of about 1,000 people. Hello. Anyone in here like Jordan Peterson? Answer yes, you get banned instantly. Now, Jordan of the House Peterson, do you believe that God exists? There we go. Okay, Alf Benny's in there. Now, let's move forward.
I loved it. I swear to God, when the movie got, I stood up, stand ovation, slow clap. Everyone else, sit down.
I love when they made the AI guy. He gave him I don't want to say too much. Spoiler alert.
The movie's been out for a grip.
It doesn't matter. Some people out there don't have the time.
God damn it. It's been out for how many months?
Okay, you're going to have to tune out now, folks, because we're going to talk about
it. If you haven't seen Alien Covenant, that came out
Jamie hasn't
7 months ago. Go ahead and zone out.
Fucked. He has to eat it.
Well, all right. You don't have to tell the story.
That one alien, that hybrid alien.
Yes.
Ooh. Dude, it was fun. I like the fact that the AI guy, like they cut out his creativity.
Right.
He started getting weird.
Makes
sense. Like if you give artificial intelligence the need and the ability to create.
4 hours?
So,
yeah. That's a lot. I'm going to say no. 4 hours is a long time.
This is Amy with Spencer, who's looking a little bit shived out with his shoulders right now. Cranium is a little bit big for my liking. He looks like a paraplegic who has been pushed out of his chair. A lot of wall space here, the opposite of Vadim Newquist. A bottle of water here, like he's passing a gallstone or something. Very weird. A large bottle like that, a lot of backwash in that, virgin backwash. He's thinking about joining the army, which I guess it's a last resort, but is that really the best bet? God, maybe. Shit. Yeah, he's a little bit too Stephen Hawking for me right here.
Okay, do you use social networks regularly?
Not really.
This is a battle of the DSLs. So here we have soccer mom, fridge warrior, Amy, who is, she had a legendary performance against Joe Live Life and also against Aaron. So she's contributed to internet folklore with those two outings. I don't know why she did it. She has a Hello Kitty headphones on. I don't even know where you get those. And she seems to be eating a cucumber. She has enormous DSLs, upper lip as big as her bottom lip.
Okay. Accomplishment. Let's see. You don't live with your parents.
Yeah, he lives in a room, shared room.
I don't live with my parents.
You own a vehicle?
Not anymore.
Oh, look at the shame. You see that? Now, let me take a screenshot there. And let's jump in and let's just see what we can do with a little bit of trickeration. See, that is a bit big, that bit there. I want to trim him up on that. Yeah. I feel like he's too smart for his own good. Okay, we can't have it chunky, but we do want it to be a little bit... In fact, let's get this ear just closer in. Yeah. There it is. Spencer, you're one Photoshop job away from being totally normal. Now, we don't want it to be a cone head. Oh shit, I'm fucking it now. It's easier said than done. Okay. Yeah, I've coned you out a bit, I'm sorry. Like that, yeah. There it is. Now, let's see the difference here. To see the difference, we can line it up like this. There it is. Okay, so it's almost like the difference between Homo sapien and Neanderthal. Okay, but yeah. Here's the real him. Let's bring in eyebrow. Now we'll do not a black eyebrow. We don't want to go crazy. He's blonde, isn't he? All right. Let's go in with the. Yeah, that's a weird color, but we'll try that. This might not be the most convincing effect. I fear. Yeah. Maybe he's better without. Look at these lips. Cherry. Just cherried out. Look at that. Just plump. Virginal. Look at that. Now, you're going to go to the select tool. You're going to modify. You're going to feather. Not by 7. Let's do 4. You're going to copy off that. We're going to paste. It's a beautiful thing right there. And then we're going to open. Well, open shelves. Look at that. Beautiful. Oh, look at the shives, all it's all feminine now. We'll darken those up, so you're just going to add the contrast. Yes. Oh, those are some suckers, aren't they? We'll put them on Amy. There we go.
Do you have any accomplishments in education, employment, or training?
Special accomplishments in...
Millennial virgin spinning a fidget spinner, about to answer what accomplishments he has. I'm going to go with no. None.
Not really.
Honest. Brutal.
Huh?
Amy couldn't care less. She's just eating. Look at her manicured fingernails. Oh, what is that, a pink?
Do you have a hobby or sport? Not video.
Not video games. Look at that. He's tapping into his cerebral cortex, this chunk over here.
An actual hobby or sport.
Like an actual hobby? Learning Japanese.
Yeah, there he goes. I think I'm learning Japanese. I think I'm learning Japanese. I really think so. Why am I not seeing a bulge here? Spencer, care to answer that? Why is that a camel toe?
That's a new hobby. I kind of have like a new hobby every so often.
Okay, cool.
Amy covers her mouth when she eats because she fears that I'm going to get a screen cap of her.
So you're a hobbies guy.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, do you have a productive talent like cooking or...
Let's play a game of guessing Spencer's answers. Productive talent from Spencer. Singing, he'll say here.
Building something or...
Talent?
Yeah.
I don't have any productive talents now.
Okay.
What? You're in the choir.
Do you own or rent a living space? Yes, you do. Do you keep your living space clean? Judging by that fucking peanut butter.
Oh my god.
In your bedroom.
It's a snack that I like.
Yeah, he got peanut butter shamed. He says 2 cans of peanut butter by his bed.
I'm not okay with that, man. That is like so not kosher, Spencer.
Really?
That's so savage. Why the fuck do you have peanut butter in your bedroom?
There they are. There they are. Peanut butter gate.
Because I'm a savage jungle man.
You're gonna bring a fucking girl home and she's gonna be like, why the fuck is there peanut butter in here? Fucking deal breaker. And then that's gonna be the reason you're a virgin forever.
She's giving advice. Oh, Jesus. Ouch. Yeah, it's weird. I mean, honestly, it is. Like, even for guys. Like,
why the fuck do you have peanut butter in your room? You put that shit away at the end of the night, okay?
Have the women around here too.
So, like, if you go to a girl's house and she has 2 jars of peanut butter by her bed, there's no rationalization for it. I mean, the guy, he comes back with, I like peanut butter. It's like, the fuck? I mean, I don't know, Spencer.
I can't have peanut butter in my room.
I don't fucking care what other people think. You do that because it's less savage than what you're doing right now.
I'm a straight savage, man.
Look at the shifty eyes he's got on her. He glances at her, he glances away, goes back to the fidget spinner. There's an inherent awkwardness. But he's also posed like sort of a model of pose. He's like on his side, like reclined. It's very intimate, this pose here. It's like we're lying in bed, post-coital.
Spencer.
All right. Next question.
Okay. Do you...
Oh God.
Karma right there. Oh my God. Do you keep your living space clean?
Look at him. Now he's reclining like he's a Playgirl model. Living space clean. It's like, what living space?
Come on.
Yeah, more or less.
Look at that. Okay, we're gonna take a screenshot of that. That is a doozy. Now, I want a new image, and I want. What do I want? Check in the chat. It is so Playgirled out right now. I can't even fathom. Yeah, I'll just. We're gonna go big, and we're gonna go. Like this. And as far as that, what you can do is just take this and just jack it. No, that's not going to work. So you got to use the stamp tool. It's the shit. Awful. Why is this being harder than it has to be? Okay. Well, you get what I'm trying to do, don't you? I tried. That was awful. And then, well, let's get this out of there too. I want to put Amy's eyebrows on him to see if that would have a difference. We're trying to crack the riddle of Spencer.
Are you moving forward in life, Spencer?
Am I moving forward? Hopefully.
Oh.
Do you have material items?
Okay. Got a screenshot of eyebrow. So, we're coming in. We're going to isolate. And we're going to just do it like this. Yeah. Mm-hmm. There she is. And we're going to rotate. Oh, that's too angry for Spencer. Yeah. It's a thick Fijian eyebrow on him. Okay, not that. We want duplicate, and we're going to flip it. And we're going to rotate that. Oh. Oh, Spencer. Okay, so it's a little bit much. Let's drop it in scale. There we go. And this one in scale. Now, it looks like I've doubled up on that, so that's a mistake. Let's go in scale. We don't want it to look like a tranny or anything like that. Okay, and then let's lighten them up a bit. So, you're going to come here. We're going to take the shadows out. Yes. And do the same on this one. Oh, yeah. I love it.
To be proud of?
Material items to be... I have this.
Oh, he referenced the fidget spinner. It was just whatever was in his hand. Material items to be proud of. Don't you have like a smartphone or something? Look at the reaction. Oh, God, Spencer. Look at the reaction. All right, we're going to do a meme on that. And we're going to say not moist is the call to arms, and we're going to put a black background behind it. Spencer. Now, we're going to kill this. We're going to take a screenshot of that, and then we're going to pop back here. We're going to pop here. We're going to pop here, and we're going to mask it, and we're going to put that up here to complete the... Now, here's one fun thing with window. You're going to go window, you're going to layer comp. Layer comps, and we're going to record this. We're going to make a new layer comp. Call it Amy. See that? Now we're going to turn some of these layers off. Top 3, right? Or even Amy. We're going to put the Playgirl on, and we're going to create a new layer comp. And we're going to call this Playgirl. See that? Hit yes. And now you can click between the two, and you see it's changing which eyes are on which layer. That is something that a surprising number of people in advertising are not aware of, including art directors that I've worked with who don't know what the fuck they're doing. So.
Your fucking fidget spinner? Are you shitting me? Spencer!
Look at that.
So no?
Amy's still playful with them.
Have you won an award you could be proud of?
I have a travel mug.
A travel mug? That was so sad. As she's saying, do you have any awards you've won? He goes, I have a travel mug. I'm going to go out on a limb and say he doesn't have any awards. Oh, there's a profile of him. Jesus. It looks like an albino mole rat who's just been born. And he's just trying to, like, he's like, my legs are operational. Let me squirm up to the surface and get some sunlight for the first time.
I have a travel mug.
Yeah, she's laughing. That was like, she has a delayed reaction to that because she's realizing with every passing second that this albino mole rat is looking for a fucking mug. Is he looking for his mug right now?
You're fucking ridiculous.
Okay, hold on. Oh, look at that.
A notebook for what?
A notebook? It wasn't even a fucking laptop. Oh, it was an actual notebook. Oh, Tarzan. Okay, so now we're going to see what Amy looks like with his lips. We're going to go like this. We're going to pop over. What? Yes. Copy those. And oh, Nelly. Whoa, Nelly. Here we go. Oh, those are some too dark. We're going to have to cut some of the red out of that because, yeah, more of an Indian vibe here. Let's kill some of that, yeah. And we're going to increase the size. It's a great lip off. Now we're going to remove some of Amy's actual lip. Yes. It's very weird. This is a very weird look. Let's do multiply. Ooh, okay, that's Emo Amy. Emo Amy with Spencer's lips. Look at that. She's looking suicidal. Why so serious? Let's add a little bit of, we're going to do black, but not super, like we're going to, yeah. And we're going to soften it up. We're going to give her a little bit of a smoked, yes, Devin. Yes, good Lord. Get a little mascara going. Looks like a black eye. Thicken it up. Thicken it up. We can come in with this tool here and give a little bit of... She's like just back from cosplaying. And she went to Comic-Con. She took a flight from Vancouver to San Diego. And, yeah. Oh. Troubling. Oh, fucking hell. Emo Amy. We have Yorkshire. We have Rowan in the fucking house. Great conversationalist. Yes. Rowan is here. Rowan is here. Everyone give thanks. Reflect on how awesome it is to be in his super treasure presence. I love it. This is the greatest moment of my life. Rowan is the fucking man. What is... Are those swastikas?
I'm talking about.
Are you making mazes? What is that? Is that no, that's his manifesto. Unimpressed.
Nothing to be proud of. I have no cool shit.
God, Spencer, this is making me depressed.
You gotta start finding shit you like to do.
I don't have cool things that I like to do.
Yeah, but you you have to explore. You can't just fucking sit there and expect to be like, oh, I hope.
The fuck, Spencer? God damn it, Tarzan, you are 22. You should be flexing on people. Literally flexing. You should be going outside going, I'm the best motherfucking fidget spinner. No, don't put the fidget spinner down. You should be playing ultimate frisbee. You should be dunking. Why can't you dunk, Spencer? Dunk. If you could slam dunk, I would respect you more. Everybody would respect you. The black guys at the playground, they'd be like, who's that white dude with the fucking glasses and the DSLs? They're like, it doesn't look that cool to me, but damn, he just threw one down. Got to give it respect to that. Spencer, you have to build your calf muscles and your thigh muscles. You can't jump. Okay? I know you can't jump. Send me a video of you jumping at a basketball court. I want to see if you can touch the rim. Can you touch the rim? Can you touch the net? Can you touch the backboard? Okay? Take it on as a challenge. You are a young man. You should be going out there slaying lions. You should be slaying Gash. But we'll take a lion. Not literally. Don't be like Donald Trump Jr. But fucking hell. You should be wheeling and dealing, making yourself more interesting by the split second. You should be, here's what I'm doing, Amy. Let me explain to you, you condescending emo witch. I'm involved in this and that, and I'm part of this group, and I got this on Wednesdays, this on Fridays, and I'm fucking 3 chicks with 10 chicks on the side. And I'm working out, and I'm kind of the show. I'm an it guy. You know how they say there's an it girl? You're where it's at. Okay, you have to have the bravado. You've got to be doing it now. Okay, you are 22 once. Once! And look what you're doing. You're reclined. You have no art on that wall. That wall is depressing. Your peanut butter is depressing. You're a poser. You're wearing an army shirt. You're not in the army. What are you doing? That's stolen valor. You're white as Snow White. Get a tan. Do a push-up. Drop and show Amy 15 push-ups right now. You got no bulge. Look at this. You got a fucking... What is happening down there?
Open idea falls into my lap. Now you gotta try shit. Do a bunch of shit.
Look at the body language.
Try some. Who the fuck knows? You'll figure it out.
See, she's trying. She's like anything. I'd take anything right now.
But you're not gonna figure it out unless you try shit.
Learning Japanese kind of is drawing, right?
Well, I mean...
Learning Japanese?
Yeah, that's one good thing.
Spencer, come to fucking Germany and I'm gonna get you laid. Personally. Okay?
But you're gonna need to do other things too.
That's true. It's true. Too true.
And what is going on with you, Spencer? This position is so... It's so not manly. I just... You're gonna make me do it, Spencer. You're gonna make me do it. Like a nozzle. You're sucking on it like it's a nozzle. Put some peanut butter on that. Shit, Spencer.
The world is your oyster.
Oh, if only.
Young fellow.
Young long fellow. Yeah. Look at him. That's the sigh of depression. Okay, here's an advice. Just advice to Spencer. You're talking to an attractive single woman, okay, who's a plane ride away from you diving into her nether regions. Do not assume this position. This is a defeatist position. That sigh was a defeatist sigh. Okay, you are looking like prey and not a predator. You are being pathetic right now. You are embodying the body language of pathos. Okay? I want to see bulges. I want to see eyebrows. I want to see stature, posture.
All right, what's next?
Have you won an award to be proud of?
Where's that travel mug? See, that smile right there is based entirely on the fact that a second and a half has passed since she asked the question. She already knows. She knows the answer is no, but now she's just enjoying it for the sake of it. She's like, "Oh God, this is performance art. I thought it was a question. It's turned into a show."
I mean, I got some kind of award in high school. I mean,
least likely to succeed.
No, I got like a physical thing. I think that was like a certificate.
A certificate of a participation certificate, Spencer, for what?
But yeah, I got some kind of award or whatever for scoring super high on math and science.
All right, there you go. I'm not sure if we're quite going to be able to parlay that into pussy, but
standardized tests in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Good boy.
Did you say good boy? I wouldn't even say that to my dog.
Have you gone traveling or vacationing in the past year? Vacationing.
No. Well, I'm in Missouri now, so.
Or on vacation in the past year?
I've gone traveling.
With his family. None of that counts. With a Mormon family. A large Mormon family. That is not traveling. That is freaking being a prisoner of war.
Okay. Cool. Do you manage your money well?
What money?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you live a largely independent life?
Yeah.
Come on, no you don't. If you have no money, you have no independence.
Do you take care of a pet?
No.
Okay.
Good.
Have you attended higher education?
Nope.
New. We have a GED. Joe's live? What? Thank you. Stop everything. Holy shit. Joe's live? It's so early. Does he have the day off? Chicken dinner? What, 21 minutes ago? Oh my god. It's all happening. This is amazing.
All right, we're going to play some PUBG here.
Yes!
And,
yes!
In the afternoon. Got a lot of shit done today, so I can sit back, relax, and play a little PUBG. Get some chickens.
He wants some chicken dinners. So I'm hungry too, actually. I'm going to pick up a microwave pizza.
That's not
this is
yet.
Fucking amazing. All right, it's time for some chicken dinner. Let me... What? What's happening? Am I not logged in? Oh.
All right, let's do this shit.
Here it comes.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the chat? Why can't I get in the chat?
We're going to kill a lot of commies.
Oh god, he's doing shtick.
We're going to hunt some commies today.
Okay. This is weird.
Goddamn commies.
Why is the chat not the
chat? A lot of people over the Century, so we're going to have a little payback here. Damn commies.
Fucking hell! Hold on, I'm going to refresh because I need that chat. I definitely need the chat. Why, God? Did he disable the chat?
We're going to have a little payback here. Damn commies. Shit. It's our first game of the...
First game.
We're going to have a little payback here.
Why can't...
Damn commies. Shit. It's our first game of today, this afternoon.
With that accent?
Well, you're just going to kill a lot of commies. We're going to get...
this is cringe.
We're going to aim for 3 chicken dinners this afternoon. Be a 3.
Oh, he's got optimism.
I got 2 last Sunday. Oh no, I got 3 chicken
dinners.
Sunday.
He's talking about his prior wins.
We're going to try to...
He's not mentioning all the embarrassing failures. I'm talking like 12 hours of failing, 7 hours of failing.
All right, we just started. We already got 2 viewers. What's up, viewers?
Yeah, I'm here, but
all right.
I'm here, Joe.
It's good. Milta Power Plant's my favorite place to go.
I can't chat.
I like it. I kill a lot of people here.
Yeah, he goes to the power plant, this power plant, because nobody else goes there, and so he hides from all of the fighting, and because he hides, the other people are killing each other. He then gets to the top, whatever, 2010 or something, and he brags about the fact that he hides and camps and runs away from conflict.
Let's see if we can kill these motherfucking commies.
All right.
I'm sure to go on for
I need advice.
Mini power
chat
plant.
Works?
I'm going to go to big power plant.
Yeah, mine's not working either, see that? Joe is shit.
Just like my dick, it's big. So...
What?
Let's get over here to the power plant. Oh, we got a lot of people that dropped.
Here. I'm in.
I don't see no... You scope around, you don't see no one?
Here I am.
At least see no one.
I hope you get a shoddy, I say. He's in. What? We're live? Is 20 people live? What the fuck? That was a big jump. How the fuck? What?
Foliage?
Okay, I guess I missed. We're down to 20. Are you guys ready? Let's enjoy. Sit back with me, why won't you? Maybe I'll check in the Discord here. See if they're... Hello, check. Check. Anybody there? Anybody there? Hello. Anybody there? Anybody there? Hello. Check.
Go this way.
1 2 1 2. I'm watching Joe.
Hello.
Hey, what's up, man? Are you watching?
Hi.
Are you watching this?
I can't stream.
That's too far.
He's got a sniper rifle. I'm hearing feedback.
Hello, Devon.
What's up, man?
That should have stopped now.
I'm in the chat.
Yeah.
18 people alive.
Another one.
This is his first game.
There's about 5 of us in the chat now.
Oh, I love it. We got a car coming. Car coming. He could try to engage. Oh, he's got him, man. He's got him. He doesn't even know he's there. Oh God, he didn't take the shot. God, what is he doing?
Oh, he's out.
He's outside the circle. Dude, shoot. What are you doing?
Oh, he's coming back.
Dude, what the hell? Got him. Ridiculous.
I'm here stalking and listening.
What's up?
I'm getting ready to go to the gym, but I didn't want to miss it, so.
Nice, Amy. Right now, he's running toward the force field for a weird reason. He likes to ride the circle. He rides it into the center, which means that he likes to think of the force field as like a wall, so that he doesn't have to worry about anybody beyond the force field. And again, a guy just sitting there. These people suck. He's in the autistic server, and he's got a guy who has no idea where he is. Are you seeing this?
Yep.
Yeah.
Look at that. He doesn't get the kill there.
He's a skillful warrior.
Yeah, he's a wide open target.
He should have took that guy out. What the fuck's he playing at?
That was not good.
Well, it's good for us because hopefully that guy will know where he is and take him out.
I know.
Oh, damn it.
Oh, he's running back. Dude, but what the fuck?
Honestly, is he on the worst server in Asia?
I think so. I think he's in like the toddler server.
I mean, I thought Asians were good at computer games.
I'm hoping for that to be true.
But this one.
So here he comes. He knows he's behind the tree. Uh-oh, there's a grenade. Someone's going off. He's got to get to the circle, so he's on the move. Joe, he's out in the open. Somebody take him out. Step up.
Force field's gonna get.
Be my hero. No, he's going to be inside, but he's going to ride it. And he knows what the guy is. He's trying to flank him. See, when Joe gets quiet, you know he's in serious gameplay mode. 12 people left. He's about to pierce into that top 10. He's ignoring the guy and moving down range. Oh, he's absolutely flanking him, coming from behind. He's looking for new victims.
I'm trying to get Joe to turn his cam on.
Yeah, please start that up. We need it.
The war kettle is on it.
And you know that this first game says everything about the rest of his day. So if he wins right now, he's going to carry over that confidence into game 2. But we got to have him die. I need somebody to step up.
We need people actually in the game.
Come on, V. What are you doing, you bellend? Get in there.
And what is that guy doing up there? He's getting force fielded. See, now, oh, he's got a bunch of loot. He's been looting. Here comes a grenade.
Is it falling back towards him?
Yeah, I thought one fell behind.
Yeah, that was a terrible shot.
Obviously.
All right. He knows that guy's got to come to him now because the force field is such that it's coming. So he's just waiting, hiding.
No.
And it's on the move. He's lost interest. He's keeping an eye on it. No talking from Joe. He's in kill
It's
mode.
a crucial point in the game.
He's trying to give you a little material.
He's like a lioness going through the brush. This is riveting. Riveting. Amazing.
I almost beated that guy.
Almost beated him. I lit him up. I littered him up.
Oh yeah! Oh my god!
That was the worst of all. It was like
should have shot first.
It was the past tense of a word that doesn't exist. Littered him up. It's one thing to make up a word, it's another thing to conjugate the made up word. Jesus Christ. It looks like he's got a guy. Is that a dude? I can't tell. Is that a bush or a dude? Down to 6 people. He's eating that med kit. He wants 100% as he goes into the go time. It's go time. Uh-oh. He's behind the force field. He's getting force fucked. 4 left. He's in. He's crawling. Joe he's ridden the circle to perfection. He's let everybody else kill each other. He's trying to get that final shot.
He's down to, there's only 4 enemies left.
4 enemies left, and if he wins this, he will act as if he killed 90 people. When he will have killed 3.
I thought it was 2.
Well, he has 2 kills so
Oh,
far.
he's down to 3. He's down to 3.
Down to 3. He's eating those med kits. He's hidden in a lot of shrubbery right now. He's very ballsy in this. You know, he reminds me of General Custer. He would just fly into battle with his gold hair on top of his mighty steed. Very similar.
I don't know what to do here, fellas.
Oh, he's talking. You don't see no one. There's only 3 people left, Joe, because you've been hiding all game, and they're fighting each other right now. So just wait, Joe, until there's one guy. Just wait. Here comes the force field.
It's my first game.
Oh, he's very cocky now.
Hey guys.
Who's that?
Hi. Yeah, who's that?
Who that? He's in the bush. That's the classic Joe position, in the bush. Now he's creepy crawling. Searching. Trying to get that angle. The remaining people are fighting each other right now. Joe, hanging out. No rush. The bragging will be savage after this if he wins.
We will hear about it all night long.
Yeah. Okay, damage
We will
being
gobble gobble.
gobble for sure.
Gobble gobble.
He's coming up to the rock. He's had issues with rocks before.
What kind of issues?
Well, they tend to be a target. People know you're hiding there. Oh, he's searching. Okay, the force field, he's getting circle fucked. The circle is quite a ways away from him, so he's going to have to go mobile. He's going to have to get up out of his prone position. He's hoping for the remaining dudes to kill each other, so it's just him and one guy. It's the how to win this game if you're a pussy strategy. That's what he's doing.
And that's why he'll never get
It's how to win a game
I'm gonna lose.
showing the least amount of manhood humanly possible. He's saying he's going to lose. He's throwing out preemptive excuses. He knows he has to move. Yeah, it's massive lag.
Yep, and them hacks.
Not moist. Hashtag not.
Yes.
Whoa. Oh, shit.
What?
You did it!
Got the kill. Got a kill. Guy was wandering around.
He fucking God.
Listen.
God.
Listen.
I am the god of PUBG.
What?
Oh my god.
First game.
What was?
You got chicken dinner.
Done deal.
Listen to him.
I'll tell you one thing. You can put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Oh my god.
Gobble.
Has he been taking drugs or something?
Oh my god. Fucking
I am the
embarrassing.
Lord of Hellfire, and I bring you fire.
Stick that in your pipe and smoke it.
Thanks, guys, man. That was fucking awesome. GG's, Joe. GG's. That's our first chicken dinner of this afternoon. I said I would get 4 today. That's my first game of the afternoon. So let's follow that up with another chicken dinner. Gobble gobble.
The Iron Hat Gaming's go straight.
You are a god.
That guy that fucking stood up next to me, man, dude. Easy win. That was an easy one. It was. I had great position, I had great coverage.
Come on,
Great
But
coverage.
the funny thing about that is the guy next to me, I heard him. And I was like, whoa, he just made a mistake. I heard him. And then I panned over. I knew he was next to me. But his flaw right here was that he stood up.
Such a
Big man.
I didn't win by not getting any kills. Yeah, I got 4 kills, so blow me. You know how many times I was aggressive and I played? Oh, so my chicken dinner's not legit because I hid like everybody else does? Blow me. All right, there we go. Now we're going to ban someone.
blow him.
Ban you for being a retard. There we go.
One of the Devonites.
All right. Retard.
I think actually was one of them.
Yeah, it was. It was one off.
Winning with enough kills, that's called efficiency.
Wow,
of
what
course it
did
is.
he say?
Hello,
Cam on
Dexter.
after dominance. 2 in a row. I'm calling it. Yes. Easy win. You are a god. I am the god of PUBG. Who cares if you camp? It's part of the game. Everybody camps in this game.
This is fucking humiliating.
I mean, like, seriously, the way you die is just running around the field. Just keep on running around the field behind trees and just keep on running around. You're going to get fucking shot and killed. You're not going to win.
He's defending
so you
camping
have to prone. You got to creep up. You got to play the game the way it's supposed to be meant to be played. You have to.
Oh, I'm going to play a game.
So I guess my chicken dinners are not valid because you gotta play the game. I camp a little. Fucking ridiculous claim. Hey, listen, if you're much better at this game than I am, then go ahead. Start a Twitch channel and play live so I can watch you play and fucking criticize you.
Oh my god, Cheryl.
Cunt,
Guess my chicken dinners aren't valid, huh?
So that's one chicken dinner for this afternoon. It's my first game, and this is my second game, and I'm going to follow it up with another gobble gobble. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. Cam on, you promised us. Oh yeah, I did. I did the other night. I will. I will. I will. Once I grab my first beer of the afternoons, I will. I will put my cam on. Because I know some of the Devonites, they like to make videos about me, or Devon likes to make videos about me when I play the game, and they think I suck at the game.
Yeah, the silly voice is ridiculous.
I just got my 40th chicken dinner right there. That was my 40th. So
40th?
I'll grab a beer soon, and we'll cheers to the 40th chicken dinner.
Stopwatch is ready. As soon as he jumps.
I like fucking around. A lot of people like it. I think it's hilarious, to be honest with you. It's because I'm fucking around, because a lot of people like using my fucking commentary in videos, which I do enjoy. They're fucking hilarious. So I want to act a little retarded for them so they can use it in future videos. And, yeah.
Wear that, Devon.
Well, yeah, let's see how good you are at this game. See how many fucking games you lose, loser. Alright, that calls for a ban right there for being a dick face. There we go. Now, if you want to apologize to me, you can send something on Twitter.
No, that was Alex, wasn't it?
What did he say?
Apologize to me, and I will forgive you.
I'm gonna go apologize.
What did you say?
Oh, nothing. I'm already banned.
I'm just
gonna see if he unbans me. Just saying. So I can insult him again.
I'm gonna die here. Devonites. See, I only had 2-3 people for the first 20 minutes. Now all the Devonites come in, and they want me on camera so they can use me in future videos to try to tease me and bully me. Because that's what they like doing. They like bullying.
Okay, this is going to be a short descent for him for once. I think this might actually be a record for all the ones that have been recorded.
Last Sunday I got 3 chicken dinners.
He could actually break a record here.
I got a chicken dinner already. I already got a chicken dinner.
Oh my god, he's
first game.
Gobble gobble, dude. The guy has spent 18 hours on this without winning a game, and he's like acting like he's like he can't be stopped.
We got backpacks, we got this shit. We don't have fucking weapons yet. Yes, we do.
He was in the air for 56 seconds that time.
Weapon.
Is that long for him?
This game.
That was quite short for him, actually.
Anybody can camp.
Almost one of his shortest that have been timing.
That's how the game's played. That's how.
So he's now bragging about camping and hiding.
And yeah, that's how you get games. That's how you win games, I should say, not get games. We win games that way.
Oh my god.
There's 75 left. He's down to 75 now. 73.
Yeah. So what has he done to get to 73? Let's review. He's jumped out of an airplane, landed, and wandered around an empty house.
There's a lot of Devonites that come here and think I'm a cool guy and fucking watch me, and they're pretty cool. They're cool people. They're not dick faces.
Dick face?
Like the fucking cult leader.
Cult leader? Uh-oh. He called me a dick face.
They're actually pretty civil. Okay, let's see here. Not much here.
Cool, Jet to
I don't see anyone yet, but I'm sure somebody's gonna be here soon.
Joe plays it realistic. Why take unnecessary risk?
The tier wants to hear the word wanker.
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 All right.
Wanker.
Now, what I love about this is when he
Play this
dies,
game the way it's supposed to be played.
when he dies on this game, he's going to immediately talk about, well, it's okay. I got chicken dinner last time, so one out of two. He's going to fall back and ignore the failure in the present moment and go back in time to like, oh, but last game, even though he played like a pussy, I won that last game. And that's what he does in regular life. So he's a failure right now in the present moment. He's a fat little melted, Hershey kiss of a dude, midget, who's right. But he goes, oh, but back when I was a DJ, this is what I did. I got a chicken dinner right back then. So it's a mindset. It's how he operates.
But whatever.
He's looting.
He's heavy on his looting game.
All right, we're in the middle of it.
Is this you, shit-talking Devon?
Yeah.
In the chat.
Yeah,
Sniper rifle.
Uh-oh.
Try to sniper this round.
He's sniping. That's the only thing added to the cowardice of the camper is the sniping camper. He's popping outside, looking to get a shot off. 66 people. Joe's done nothing. Not even looking to engage. Looking to scurry around and hide.
Yeah, it's funny. Criticize me about playing fucking I suck at this game. He's just doing it to troll me. Thinks he's trying to piss me off, but it doesn't piss me off.
It doesn't piss him off. He talks about it all the time. And he clearly is pissed off. Not even by me, but by people who like me. And we have issues. Hello?
Yeah.
Is it stalled?
No, works fine for me.
No, it's my
Refresh.
My internet is shit, apparently. I'm refreshing. I'm back. All right, we're down to 63. He's playing very dominant. Stacking up meds and ammo and burping.
Whoop. We're not that far away from the circle. We're pretty good.
Has not encountered another guy yet. Has not won a firefight yet. Is that Spenny?
No, it was me.
Oh. Thought I heard a virgin.
I like how he's sitting alone at home.
Okay, I'm starting to think you're a fucking troll as well.
Alone
So I might be,
in a home.
Ban your ass pretty soon if you want to fucking shape up.
It's very meta.
4x. Sweet.
Oh, this is awesome.
Got 4x already, guys.
Whoever fan belt is, he's picking up.
I'm happy about that.
Picking up that you're a troll. Fan belt 221.
Gameplay.
Yep. He's very sensitive about his stalling tactics.
Boots.
Boots
weren't made for fucking walking.
You can't get in between Joe and his source of self-confidence. Let him have his little game, because him winning at this autistic server and playing how he does, it fuels him. It's what makes him keep going.
It's such an innovative way to play. I'm blown away.
That may be a bit too much.
I'm gonna get my second account banned real quick.
Littered with shit over here.
Littered with shit. Bandages galore. 25 bandages. It would take an army to kill this guy at this point.
It has to loot.
Just look at him. He's so happy. Just on top of the world, man. All of you young men out there, you could live the dream like this. Just follow his lead. It can happen for you too.
I bet.
God, it's so telling after he wins a game how he acts, what it means to him.
That's because his life is devoid
Suppressor for
of
an
meaning.
SR. That could be that might work.
And still no indication that he wants to fight or be in a battle of any kind.
And we're down to 59.
Yeah. I wonder what they're all doing. They must have different strategies. They must have different priorities in life.
There's not a vehicle there. How's that? Look, there's a guy on the side of the hill there.
Usually a good sign when he jumps in a vehicle.
Not.
Chris, Patil wants you to say wanker.
Again? We already did that.
We already did that.
No.
She wants a repeat performance.
Yeah, get it.
Can I get the encore, please?
Wanker.
No, it's too easy.
Shit, stalled out.
Stores are closed as well.
A lot of people play like that. Show's real good. I love you guys trolling the shit out of him. It's hysterical to me.
Yeah, the chat is just rife with trolls. But I'm thirsty for some blood here. He has successfully managed to avoid all contact with other players.
That's what he meant by live life. Not like have fun. Don't die.
Just be alive.
Yeah.
Don't do anything.
Hide.
Very literal about it.
He's playing like Rowan.
These doors are closed too.
Yeah, Rowan would love his gameplay.
They were good. How long is the average game? A bit. If you make it to the end of a chicken dinner, it's between 32 to 36 minutes, around there. 32 to 36 minutes.
Around there.
Yeah, it's around there. Games can be long, man.
Joe has put aside his YouTubing career to do this.
Anyway, because I like that cover.
Open doors.
Take one of them goddamn
To collect things. Avoid conflict and collect.
The big house usually has good shit, so.
And then brag.
I'm not that far away, so I'm not too worried about getting caught in the zone, so.
That's 16 viewers.
Muttering to himself.
Real quick. Say anything real quick. And we'll get up to the zone.
And 13 of them are us.
I think that. I mean,
Look at all this,
only like
what you could do with this place.
He's getting force fielded.
Or two or some boosters. That'd be fucking phenomenal. Level 2 helmet would be nice.
Something interesting to me was like, as a streamer, all you have to do is talk at normal volume.
I will take a level 3.
You don't sound like a weirdo,
I'm
even though
for
you're
level 2,
technically
but
talking
I'll
to
take level 3.
yourself.
Thank you.
But he somehow finds a way to make it weird.
Well, we tried.
God, he sucks the joy out of it all.
The frying pan protects your fucking
oh.
getting shot.
Hit his head. I like it when I see blood on the screen.
Alright guys, we're gonna pop my first beer
And
of
the drinking
afternoon
starts.
Because I got all my stuff done at my new house this morning. I was up at 7:30 decorating my new house. So I came home and I said I gotta play some PUBG this afternoon. I don't see no fucking vehicles though. It's not looking good.
Ugh.
Any vehicles down there? Yep, there's a vehicle down there. Go grab it.
All right.
Frying with well, that's true too. After you get a chicken dinner,
When he
you
gets
get the
into that-
frying pan, you fry your chicken. So yeah, that is correct. That's what you do.
The vehicle makes him a
Stir-fry your
target.
chicken.
Be ready.
You are correct. We will run with that idea. All right, we might have to go over the bridge. I think we might have to go over the bridge.
Uh-oh, bridge.
We might have to go up there to Razak.
The other day, I played it aggressive. Literally, when in your life have you played this game aggressively?
Well, I'm like, you could play this game aggressive or defensive.
Aggressive
Like,
for him
the
is
other
like
day I played
opening doors
aggressive.
twice.
I played it aggressive, so You can play it aggressive and just go right to the center, just follow the circle in, take no vehicles, kill people.
Oh my god.
No, you don't.
X's, 4X's, 2X's, and most likely you're not going to compare well with people that have bigger scopes than you. It's just...
Or you cannot be a bitch.
Shit, you guys are way ahead of me.
A fact of the matter, you know what I mean? It's just not going to happen. So you got to play the game smart. So people say, oh, you're just camper. I don't camp, dude. Sometimes I do if calls for it, but when you get closer to the circle, the end of the circle, when you get smaller, sometimes you have to fucking camp, dude. You got it. You take out the people that you see. You know, last round I got 4 kills. It's all towards the end, but I got the kills. Just gotta make that decision.
Okay.
Really?
Well, the other guys are way ahead of me, so it's aggravating.
I didn't see any doors open here, so I'm going to try to go for it.
Now he heals up.
I might die here, but we'll see.
He stays on the outside. He stays away from all competition.
I got a booster, so I got to find shit.
You notice that we're down to 40 guys, and he's done nothing. He's not seen another human.
I mean, it's possible to get 20 kills. I mean, you got to be super aggressive, dude. And you got to land in the zone right away, where there's like 10 people or 20 people in one zone,
you have to actually
like the military base. I'm like, that's how you get the kills.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
You do it the other way. You do it the vaginal way, and you still die.
Yeah, somebody's been in here. That means I'm out of here.
See that? I'm out of here. Somebody's been in here. Which means that could be still in there, or there's no reason for me to be in here. His whole thing is just stalling.
Really?
Stall and hide.
See, they give you a fucking broken fence, but you can't fucking get between it. It's fucking super guy. Yeah, there's a smart way to play this game, exactly. You gotta be aggressive at times, and you gotta be patient at times, man. And like, it's just the name of the game. You know, it's a hard game. It's not easy, man. It's hard to get a chicken dinner, especially at the end. You know, you got a small fucking, like, you know, 200-yard area with 5 guys in it. It's just, it's fucking difficult, man. You know, you got guys all around you, and it's just hard to fucking... You gotta listen. You gotta listen too in this game. You gotta listen. I'll do a flip here. And I died from falling.
Yes, yes.
I knew I was gonna die. I just did it for you guys. So. And there was a guy right there too. So I did that for you guys.
Oh no, you didn't.
So that's not official. I didn't technically die by somebody.
Yes, you did. So that's fucking
back-to-back chicken dinner is still valid.
Oh my god!
I knew it was on the other side.
Oh my god!
A long drop, so
it's fucking.
Let's go to OC
oh
server.
My god! He's going to the easiest server.
I did it for you guys, so I knew it was on the other side. I knew there was like a long jump, so
it's amazing.
I'll give you guys that one. So technically, the back-to-back consecutive chicken dinners is still open. So
yeah, can you imagine that? So now we've seen what he does after he wins and loses. You get a sense as to who this guy is. He loses by flying his motorcycle up in the air. Like he didn't see one other person that whole fucking game. Wow. That is shockingly bad.
You know what's funny? He immediately played it off as if
Yeah,
I meant to do that, guys.
Dude,
yeah, hilarious.
And if he had flipped it, he would have been like, see, that's how good I am at motorcycles. And like, you know, he was just bragging. Here's how you have to play the game. You got to play aggressive, but also patient. And, you know, it's hard to win, man. It's a very hard game. And then he just dies. And then he's like, oh, that doesn't count. Doesn't count. Oh my god, that is ridiculous. All right, I'm gonna kill my stream, but I'm gonna continue watching. I gotta put a pizza in the oven.